why we haven't gone live yet. Howdy ho, guys and gals. It's me and the missus, and we're live. Sorry for the delay. Where were we? 6 minutes behind. Yeah, we had the landscapers there doing a number right outside the door there, so it was a little loud in here, so we had to wait a minute. So hopefully they're done. I'm going to say hi to everyone real quick. We got Jason Blair, Jehu, Dada Raw, D Diz, Mike Schmitz, Axel K1 Stevens in the house, Andy Boggs, Rail 9222, Jehu, Todd's Workshops around, Barbecue 76, Joe Smith and friends, he's here, as always. Ed the Old Tech Guy, of course, Dennis Miller, love that show. Let's see here. Echo Belkin's in the house. Kirk's here. Big T, Steve Radiff, Yanet Sereno, Hipsters and Hippies. How's it going? Panther Platform, Gary P, Ralph Henderson. Got everyone pouring in. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you're all staying safe. You're socially secluded. That's the new word. You can't say that you're being quarantined or anything. We're socially secluded.
Yep.
Yeah. Introverts unite by yourselves. It's our time to shine.
Oh, Hipsters and Hippies says, I'm glad to see something wasn't canceled.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yep.
They just canceled schools for all of Nevada.
Yep.
You should have seen our kids go nuts. And I'm like, just so you know, everyone, they canceled school, not teaching. You're still going to have to sit down in front of your laptops at the same bat time and the same bat channel instead of the same batty teachers. So that's not going to change. They were like, we don't care. We don't care. They're thrilled. What can you say?
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you all doing tonight? How are things going in your lives? How's the everyone handling the stress and everything okay? Also, don't forget, if you're new here, please type at right here, as it says right here. Let's see if I can do it. My weatherman skills are neglected. Where it says right there, at Den of Tools. If you type it in like that, then I know that you're talking to us and we'll actually read it. Otherwise, we just assume you're talking amongst each other because we can't possibly read every single chat message. But we do want to read the ones you say to us. So if you type that in there, that's how we know to read your message. Otherwise, we'll probably skip it.
Jim says he's staying 6 feet away from the computer while watching this.
Good call.
That's right.
Oh, I forgot to put on my Corona mask. We had a garage sale this weekend. By the way, howdy to, I didn't catch his name. We had the last person of the day stop by the garage sale, and he's like, I know you. You're the tool guy. It's always weird, and I love meeting people who watch the channel, but I'm not one of these people who's like really all about like, I even hate using the F word there. My kids like to joke about like you're YouTube famous or you're Harbor Freight famous or something. I think it's just a little silly. But the fluffing the old hair out tonight early, are we?
That's right, because it's been up all day.
Hot time for the giraffe tonight.
Yep.
And anyway, it was nice though. It's always nice running into somebody who recognizes the the channel and stuff. It was just weird to be sitting at home at a garage sale and have somebody go, I know you. Anyway, Silent says I have to go to work tomorrow. Hope to stay safe. Hope you guys are safe too. Remember, hand washing, staying out of people's personal space, like arm's distance. If you both held out your arms and you didn't touch, that's the safe distance you should be. And then the other thing is, don't touch your face and or anywhere else that's a mucous membrane. No guys, no scratching. Down there and not that ladies would ever do that.
No,
and,
we would never do that.
No picking your ear or anything else. And wash your hands a lot in 20 seconds. Do the Pledge of Allegiance or something like that 2 or 3 times or something while you're doing it. I don't know how long it takes. But the thing is, if you don't know how to wash your hands, like surgically wash your hands, it's not a big deal. But there is kind of a technique for it. Watch a video or 2. It's not that hard to figure out. But anyway,
when in doubt, just wash a little longer.
Yeah. And that's all there is to it. It's, I see people out and about wearing gloves, like surgical gloves and nitrite gloves, and they're wearing these gloves, and then they sit there and they scratch their face. I'm like, the gloves they're not like antiviral gloves. They're not going to kill the virus, and your hands can't get the virus. You could stick your hand in a jar of virus. You're not going to get it.
Yeah.
You have to actually ingest it somehow.
Yep. Daughter of Ross says, bears in a tank and Mrs. DeBear's in a sweater. What's going on there? Well.
It's typical in our family. I'm hot. She's cold.
Yep. And I know we're going to talk about a lot of stuff and we're going to do tools like always. But I just wanted to remind people, go out and check on your neighbors. You know, I know that we're really trying to, everybody says, you know, socially distance yourself and self-quarantine and take care of your family. That's really important. But if you have older neighbors or if you have older family members or family members who are immunocompromised for whatever reason, just check on them.
Yeah. Go shake their hand, give them a hug.
That's not what I mean. But there are older people that are truly afraid because their immune system isn't the same or isn't as healthy as other people's are. And they're afraid to go grocery shopping. And let's be honest, I'm afraid to go grocery shopping. People have lost their ever-loving minds.
I'm afraid for the people you go grocery shopping around because you're the type who are likely like, you've gotten out of hand. I'm going to snatch you bald-headed.
Well, there's that. This morning, there was someone who was getting donuts, which is totally fine. There were donuts there. And there was another lady who pushed the other person out of the way to grab a single donut. And I did call her out on it. I said, really? Is that donut like that? You must be really important that you needed that donut. And her response to me.
It was a mission critical donut.
Right. I'm like, apparently it like has the cure for cancer and coronavirus in that particular donut. Was that the other person was taking forever. You know what? It does not take any money to be kind. And everybody's going through something right now. Young and old, you know, and a lot of stuff people are going through are their everyday stuff that has nothing to do with the illnesses and stuff that's going around. I know that we always get behind, so I'm going to shut up. But I just wanted to give like a little reminder, just basic common kindness. You know, if there's a little old lady who's trying to cross the road or who needs bread, help her out.
Be a little Christ-like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just to, you know, because I got to flex for the wife because she won't do it herself. She did this. She went around the neighborhood and talked to people. And it's not just, you know, it's not just, you know, older people and people with infirmities and stuff like that. We have some neighbors who are a little... I don't want to say out of touch. They're introverts. They're pretty hardcore introverts themselves. And they had no idea how bad things had gotten at the grocery store and stuff like that. Yeah. And she talked to them and let them know. And they're like, we don't have any supplies. What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. And they went out. And I'll be honest, we've got friends who they don't have any, shall we say, home security devices. And they asked if we had something that we could lend them. And I said, you know, something Joe Biden might recommend. They said they'd be more comfortable with. And I said, sure, we've got plenty to go around. We'll be happy to set you up. And it's not, I don't think it's going to come to zombie apocalypse kind of stuff. But when times like this happen, there's always some lowlifes out there who think they're going to, you know, use this as some opportunity to do something stupid. So... Anyway, just remember, this is a time where being neighborly is important.
Yeah, and don't lose your humanity. Don't lose yourself.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Because other people are acting like jerks. Like I could have taken the lady this morning with the donuts and had it put me in a bad mood. And the reality is I met 3 other lovely ladies who thought the lady had completely lost her mind. And we all said she needed Jesus and a hug. And that we weren't going to give her either one, but we were going to mention that she needed it. And that's fine. You know, I make friends when I go to the grocery store all the time. I'm a talker. Oh my gosh. I'm a talker. So, you know, I love the people that work at the grocery store and just, you know, your neighbors. So don't lose who you are. Just remember to be kind, be who you would want your mother or your daughter or your sister to run into. And, John said he had to go buy lunch meat tonight and he was shopping with werewolves. So, hey,
I believe
be
that.
safe.
All right, let's catch up on some of these comments. Asylum says, I read this one, I think, before. I have to go to work. Hope you stay safe. Jonathan says, my Harbor Freight parking lot sale in New Jersey was a joke. So, yeah, they're real hit or miss. What I find is usually there's one Harbor Freight in an area that gets most of the good stuff, and everything else is kind of scant. Jacob says, howdy, Jim Haynes. I'm staying 6 feet away. That's when you read 6 feet away from the computer. Make sure to clean your screen. Daughter Ra, we are off school until at least April 5th. I'm working from home for the foreseeable future. You know, I heard the same thing, and a lot of states are doing that. They're trying to do like 2 weeks and then tag in that the spring break to get a third free week out of it. However, the CDC released guidance asking for 8 weeks. So I would expect it's going to go longer. They're trying to, the term they're passing around is flattening the curve, which won't reduce how many people get it, but it will lengthen it out, but lower the intensity so that our healthcare system can handle it. It's basically like if you had a lunchtime spike that lasted, if you got 500 people showed up to your restaurant, but they all showed up within 1 hour versus 500 who showed up throughout the day, you could handle that day easier than you could handle that 1 hour.
Right.
Steven,
that's a really good analogy.
I'm good at that.
Sometimes I'm like,
some people say.
Swahili.
Governor Whitner announced school closings later this week here in Michigan. DD says, nice tall giraffe here.
That's me.
I read his nice tail giraffe. I'm like, how can you see? Ed the old tech guy says, you were looking good, bro. You lost weight, brother. I'm feeling good. Was that the end from Trading Places? Looking good. I can't remember. Winslow. He's like, feeling good. I love that movie. My son, my 13-year-old son asked to watch it the other day. I was like, yes. Claire says she's bored as hell. Well, hopefully your evening's going to pick up. We'll keep you a little entertained here. We'll have some fun. Let's see here. Lucas says, hey, from North Carolina. Haven't caught the corona yet, but I already own one type of battery But if I already own one type of battery platform, DeWalt, should I switch to Milwaukee? If you're heavily invested, I would say no. If you've got like, hey, I got one cheapy tool and it's, you know, I don't care if I switch or something, or I can sell it and get back. It depends on how deep you are. If it's like 1 or 2 tools and you're a professional, I might consider it. If it's like 5 tools and you're a DIYer, I'd say no. Let's see here. Daughter Ross's bear. Oh, we talked about that. I'm wearing a tank. What is everyone with my tank top? Do you not remember me in the summer? I wear these things all the time. Yeah. It's laundry day is the real issue. Craig says, I went to Harbor Freight and ate at a Chinese restaurant with my adopted Korean sister while on immunosuppressants. I feel fine. There you go. Jay Edwards says, thank you guys. Love your content. Appreciate all you do. Thank you so much, sir. Jay Bedome says, surprised you haven't booked it for Montana yet. We're talking about it. If they will say that they're going to close schools for the rest of the year, we're going to seriously start talking about it. The real issue with going to Montana is it's still freaking cold there.
I think that's great.
Yeah. You say that now, but you're the one who gets stupid hella cold. I'm the one that's part polar bear on my mother's side. And you would be shivering up a storm. I would be okay. I just wouldn't like it.
No,
you would be
what?
Dying.
We are both keto OMAD right now.
Yeah.
You would not be fine.
You
would realize that you're freezing because you've lost a ton of weight.
I haven't lost that much weight. Not yet. One day.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just see how it is when we go to Montana, if someone's freezing or not.
Y-Pop says, Ontario, Canada schools closed for 3 weeks. Jay Who says, first time chatter. Welcome to the chat, Jay. Barbecue Series 6, in honor of my ice maker being repaired yesterday, I decided to go for a mixed drink tonight. I'm sure after I do that a couple more times, I'll regret it tomorrow. Yeah, that can happen. Mark says, congrats on the new mics. Sound is great. How do you like them? I like them a lot. You do have to pay a little bit more attention when using the mics because they don't have as broad a range of pickup as the other one, but they definitely sound better when I listen to the recordings. I know that. And they sure do look stylish, don't they?
They look amazing.
Steve says, wash your hands for 2 happy birthday songs. There you go. Daughter, having just timed myself 3 times of the pledge at my speed. She must be zippy quick.
Wow.
Barbecue 76, if I touch my fork and my fork touches my food, did I touch my face when I eat? You know, I think actually I don't know if you, yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, don't touch the end of your fork. How about that? How about washing your hands before you eat? The more you know.
Yeah, like your own germs are not a concern. Everyone else's germs that are not part of your local flora and fauna is the issue.
Ronald says, I need to borrow your Kong because I got a new job. Bring out your dead. Say, bring out your dead. 9 pints. Okay, I think Ronald may have already been in the pints tonight.
Yeah.
But a new job. Give him a ding for a new job.
Bing!
Congrats on the new job. Always gotta like that.
Yeah.
Unless he's picking up bodies, in which case that's not such a great new job. Let's see here. In Florida, they're advised to wash their hands for 20 seconds and keep 6 feet away from everyone else.
Yep.
Owen's Jeep stuff in the house. Good evening, Bear family. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Mitch told us they're closing schools up in Great Falls, Montana.
I bet everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
It's the cool thing to do these days. And DR Falcon says panic buying that's driving me nuts. Oh my gosh. We went to the panic buying.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the business Costco. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a Costco, but it carries more business. It's like if you remember what Costco was 35 years ago, that's what it is. And it was insane. Absolutely insane.
Yep.
And I had a woman, I'm sitting there waiting for a parking spot. The guy pulls out in such a way that I can't immediately pull in. This woman screams down the aisle and pulls into the parking spot and then acts like I don't exist. And I could have gotten crazy and nasty with her and all sorts of stuff, but I didn't. I just let her go inside and then I slashed her tires. So no, I didn't. Thought about it.
A lot. But we didn't.
But I didn't.
Hey, Grimmoot, don't worry. He says, sorry, driving won't be able to say much. Just be safe and don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just listen along.
And Salem says, hey, I was watching one of your videos a bit ago and I got an ad for a new Milwaukee tool. It's a Milwaukee knockout kit tool. It looks like something that may be useful. I'll have to take a look at that, see what they're getting at with that thing. Dan says, Dan Tools, go grocery shopping for those that may be compromised. Well, that's what she did. She was walking around the neighborhood and asking people if they needed us to pick anything up while we went. She went to Winco, which is kind of not quite a Costco, but it's they sell bulk food, stuff like that. And of all the places, it was Smith's, which is, if you know what Kroger's is, it's the same company. I was right? Kroger's? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that place, she said, was even more crazy than everything else.
Yep.
And
just a reminder to people when you go grocery shopping, almost every grocery store has a section of reduced stuff. Like the package is squished. There's lots of stuff ending up there because people are losing their minds and like trampling the canned goods section or the box of cereal section. Your children do not care that the box of cereal that you're buying is dented because they're going to chew it up. So unless it's like a fine powder and it's all Rice Krispies and it's totally squished, I would say check that out because you can find lots of good stuff right now.
Well, also, I see a lot of these people buying stuff and they're buying fruits and they're buying, fresh meat and they're buying milk. And I'm like, do you guys not have groceries? Because if you're panic buying, you should be buying stuff in cans. You should be buying, shelf stable milk. You should be buying, dry goods and stuff like that. And they're leaving all that stuff on the shelves and getting toilet paper.
Well, no one's getting toilet paper anymore.
Invest in a damn bidet. You freaking heathens. Anyway, sorry. I know, I know, and we all are proud Americans and stuff like that. But I got to tell you what. This idea of toilet paper and wiping your backside with a dry piece of paper is about as abominable a savage kind of thing you could ever do. Jay Who says he almost got hit by a car driving through parking spaces. Jeremy Russell says, my stepson and myself went to Walmart today and the toilet paper and paper towel rack were completely empty. I just started laughing. All these people are insane. Yeah, tell me about it. At worst comes to worst, get a washcloth and wash it every time. I mean, we've done this stuff before, people. Mr. Doughboy's in the house. He says, I have an Irish friend who gets drunk and bounces off the walls. His name is Ricochet.
You're a goober.
Oh.
Joe Smith says he got a pallet of rum, for sanitizer.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And by the way, if you see anybody selling COVID-19 coronavirus test kits, they're fake. They've been busting them coming through the port. Apparently they can ship those things overseas just fine. But apparently there's a rash of fake ones going around. And there's somebody on the local Craigslist selling homemade hand sanitizer using the formula from, they say they're using the formula from the CDC. They're making their own what?
There's a viewer who is a zookeeper and is currently the primary trainer for their giraffe. Anyways, sorry, I know you were talking, but
that's cool.
I love giraffes. My mother loves giraffes, and Eleanor, her dream is to be a zookeeper.
I thought I was going to say to be a giraffe.
Well, she's older now, so she realizes she's not going to grow up and be a giraffe, but she would love to be a zookeeper. So that is a wonderful job, and thank you so much.
BW's Electronics says, seriously, I saw an Oriental woman in Walmart at 1 a.m. on a scooter wearing a mask.
That's like everyone else at Walmart at 1 a.m. Was she wearing pajama footies?
I'm just going to say as a heads up, and I'm not trying to be overly PC, but you might want to watch it with the Oriental. They get a little testy about that kind of stuff. She might breathe on you. Y-Pop says, I'm the old one on the block. You should have seen it. It was too funny. So we're having the garage sale. And were you there when Amanda was out there and she was talking to somebody and they asked her if she said that she was a singer. She goes, oh, are you a jazz singer? She's like, yes. She's like, yeah, I figured so.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Amanda's black. And it was one of those things of like, oh, so you just, and then I was thinking about it and I didn't even think about the fact about how many people walked up, looked right at me and went, hey, do you have any hunting gear or fishing gear for sale? You seem the type. Well, I mean, yeah, I am, but no, you can't have any of that. Go away.
Not a single person that stopped by looked at me and said, you seem like the giraffe type. I'm just saying. I don't know what that means.
Well, I don't know why they wouldn't have, probably because of the short neck kind of thing.
Probably it.
That said, I did sell I had a spare fly fishing rod, so I did sell it, so.
Yeah. I was surprised by that.
I was too. Oh, it's not showed up. You'll see in a second. BW's like, okay, where was I? Diesel Dude says, hey, Bear, the Harbor Freight sale in Ohio was worthless. Yeah, they can be hit or miss. That's the problem with that. Barbecue 76 says, that's all. Chaka's in the house. I got a 6 pallet of TP in the garage. Let me know if you need any. I ship. I take PayPal. Only 250% of retail. Thank you, Chaka. That is really nice of you to know. If anybody needs any TP, talk to Chaka.
Yep.
Donna Ross says, Steve and I helped a family secure toilet paper. We happened to catch restocks and grab a pack for a friend, Steve's brother. Otherwise, we leave the stuff we don't need alone. Dan says, could have knocked the donut out of her hand and stomped it on for stupidity. Well,
yes.
that would be the part that was like, maybe a bit much.
Todd's Workshop, thank you so much. $4.99 says, just to cheer up Mrs. DeBear. She's looking a little out of sorts tonight. I am a little out of sorts, but thank you. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
Why are you so out of sorts?
I don't know. I'm just really tired. I think also this week because I did OMAD, I'm sort of.
That's true. It's your first week on one meal a day. For those of you who don't know, if you hear us talking about keto and OMAD, keto is a low carb diet, a little bit more extreme than like Atkins. It's basically meat, vegetables, fat, balanced. It's not like you just eat. A lot of people think it's eat all the meat you want, and it's not. And but there's like no carbs. It's not just low carb. It's no carb. And okay, not quite completely, but it's pretty close. And then OMAD means you're eating one meal a day. So you actually have one decent sized meal once a day, and that's it. I'm down over 50 pounds at this point, and I started in January. She was on keto. She's actually lost quite a bit. You know, probably as much, if not more, than I have, relatively speaking, based on her starting weight. But she decided, just for convenience sake, I think it was.
Yeah, well, and I was just curious. And I also had sort of had kind of like a plateau going with keto. So, you know, with any diet or food change, sometimes you get in an area where you just have like a plateau. And so you just change it up a little bit. So I'm not sure that I'm committed to it for life, but it's definitely working well for me now.
Let me try and catch up on some of these questions real quick. Or at least statements. Michael says, evening, Moss Greens from Virginia Beach. Steven says, we need toilet paper just before all this happened, so that timing was impeccable. You gotta love it when things like that work out. Matt Pareski says, good evening, both of you. Keisha Contreras says, could not even find food for my dogs in the grocery stores here in Austin. I was honestly a little concerned about that. That's a shame. We did see some woman, those little tins of like the really gourmet dog food. Mm-hmm. She had a whole cart full of that stuff. And I'm like, she looks like the type to have a little kick dog around. Sorry, didn't mean to offend all you kick dog lovers. And PJ Kentucky says, I hope with schools out, people use it for what's intended, not for taking kids to the movies and the malls. Yeah, don't take your kids. Don't go to the local jumpy house or trampoline park or to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. The whole point is to isolate, not to go somewhere else and get the virus. Barbecue 76 says, I'm a bit surprised there hasn't been a run on, how do I say this, powder propel projectiles. There has been, actually, in many locations. Specifically in the Chinese community, they were afraid that there'd be retaliation. And good on them. If you guys remember when that whole thing went down in LA years and years ago, it was the Koreans on their rooftops saying, we got the Second Amendment too, you idiots. And Jennifer White Wolf says, my son bought a Click torque wrench at Harbor Freight this weekend for only $10 for the 3/8. Yeah, they run that sale about every 3 months or 4 months or so. I think for what they're used for it's a pretty decent little sale. Ford Kyle says, ordered some Capri tools today to give a try. Have you seen them? I have seen them. I've got the Torx bits here. I've seen some of the other stuff. They look pretty decent, I have to say. And I like the new air tools they got. I know everyone knows I'm not huge into air tools. I don't use them a lot myself, but for those of you who do, they look pretty decent. Al Hodge says, please don't make this the coronavirus show. I'm exhausted. The swine flu was worse and got 100th the coverage because it was on Obama's. I'm totally with you, man. We just talk about stuff because that's what people are talking about, but you're totally right. I was talking to my kids and everyone else saying, they never did stuff like this. We had swine flu, SARS and MERS and oh my gosh, everything. What else was there all back in the day? We never did stuff like this. It's ridiculous. Todd's Workshop says, Red is looking like Keto OMAD is really paying off. That is one nice hat. Also, book it to Montana. Oh yeah, by the way, new hat merch. We tried to do it earlier, and the artwork was too complicated, so we had to have the artwork redone. And there's the there's the new logo on the hat. It comes in different colors. I just happen to like the white. I like the contrast. Also, if you hadn't noticed, we got the new mugs, and they're dual-sided. So you got the for the darker days and when you're feeling more light-sided. So it's all on one mug there. They're nice basic coffee mug kind of things, but I kind of like them. Not that I'm prejudiced or all. Oh, you should show them the back of your sweatshirt.
Oh, so this is the front with the bear. And then you're going to have to figure out how to make sure I'm in frame.
Gotta move your hairs. There you go. So it's got a nice big logo on the back.
Are you trying to say that I have a big backside? Is that what you're saying?
No, I would never say that in public. Elemental Factor says, hey, Bear family. Right now I'm pretty vested in Ryobi battery lineup, but their impact wrench doesn't cut it for me. Really? Because I know pros who use that thing. Should I just go Milwaukee, or is there a cheaper alternative? Well, there's always a cheaper alternative. Question is, what are you doing with it? Are you working on some like high-end kind of machinery stuff? Like I was at the what was the show? SEMA, the automotive show here in Vegas, where they do all the custom cars and stuff like that. And I talked to dozens of pro builders who use that impact, and they love it. But if you're dealing, and there's guys who do trucks and stuff like that, but if you're working on some heavy machinery or something like that, or older stuff, farm equipment, I could see you needing something more. Milwaukee, if you're doing it professionally, Milwaukee is probably the way to go. I've got the Harbor Freight stuff. I've got the Earthquake, and I've got the Bauer. The Bauer is definitely a DIYer level. The Earthquake's at a pro level, but I always caveat with the Earthquake saying that there just isn't a huge lineup to be supported by the battery. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's another. I mean, everyone's got an impact these days. Makita's good. Rigid makes a decent one. I don't know if it's going to be in the league as the Makita and the Milwaukee are going to be your two top of the line ones. Brad says, I need toilet paper before the Wuhan too. Never got it in time. Good for a few more days, but I have to revert to corn husks. I got 1 million of those.
You can also use like those mismatched socks that you just have never been able to find the other one.
I saw that meme
there
going around.
Problem solved.
And Simon says 1 ton of weight is 2,000 pounds. I don't think I've ever seen anyone weigh enough to lose 2,000 pounds and then be okay.
That is correct.
I would imagine that to be all right. Kirk says they're calling for 70 degrees here on Friday. Where's here? What was it here? It was probably in the 60s today. It got pretty sunny for a while, though. That warmed up when that direct sunlight hits you. Ronald says Florida's closed now because of the flu issue. Disney World says they're going to be closed for 2 weeks, but rumor has it they might be closed for a month. I don't mean to sound negative, but okay. I'm long on Disney puts. That means I have bought stock options with the bet that Disney stock is going to go in the tank. Now they've gotten propped up recently by the recent stimulus input, as well as a bunch of good earnings that came out on Friday. But I mean, they've closed every single park. They've closed the cruise line. They've shut down all live shows like Disney on Ice and that stuff, as well as all live action movie production. The only thing they're still moving forward on right now is the animated stuff. So their stock's got to go down. I still got 2 weeks for that to happen, so I think I'll be okay. I've been teaching the older cub stock options and stock trading and stuff like that, trying to teach them to understand money and stuff. And we're doing pretty good. We're up about 400% at this point, so fingers crossed. And Jehu says, I have a cruise in October. Do you think I'll make it? I think by October, yeah, because once the summer hits, the coronavirus is just like the flu and stuff like that. They're all related. They're cousins. They don't do well in summer. There's a reason summer isn't the flu season. That stuff will start paring down. If you guys haven't noticed, if you haven't been staying up on the numbers, China's got it under control. They've had less than 100 outbreaks, I think, in the last 5 or 6 days. They've capped this thing, and they're about to they're at the top of the curve, of the bell curve, and they're about to start on the way down. We're just waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. And Keisha says, what reciprocating multi-tool would you suggest for the average DIYer? Just the basic Harbor Freight corded is for an average DIYer. I use them all the time. I'm looking at them down there. I've got the Hercules. I've got the basic one. I had the old Chicago Electric Professional one I gave to a friend of ours recently. I've cut, I was working on a project and my circ saw died, and I ended up using that basic one to cut up a 4x8 sheet of 3/8 plywood. Took a while, but it worked.
Yep. So Barbecue 76 did a super chat for $5.
Woohoo!
Says, thank you so much. Says, I will not alter my behavior because that's what they say I should do. I will alter my behavior because every GD thing that is shut down. This is stupid. So that is true. Thank you again for the super chat. And I can't wait to see more barbecue pictures. Bing, 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 bing.
Joe says, hey, I'm a Harbor Freight employee, and I was wondering what your thoughts on the inside track were. Well, so here's what I'm going to say about inside track. First of all, if you're going to buy it, sorry, you should buy it online. I'm guessing you guys get a spiff or a bonus or something, or a tick on your reviews if you sell them. But if you buy them online, and I think it's if you buy the 2-year one online, you get like a $10 off or something, a gift card. And it really reduces the price on it. So I recommend that anybody who's looking to buy it online. And if you shop at Harbor Freight regularly, if you're in there every month or two and you spend $50 to $100, yeah, it's worth getting at that point, because over the course of a couple of years, it'll easily pay for itself, and make sure you get the catalogs and whatnot. So it's worth getting. If you only shop there every so often, yeah, don't buy it.
$2 from BW's Electric. Be prepared, calm, avoid insanity, and help neighbors. Thank you so much. Bing, 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 bing.
Jay Bedham says, going to Albertsons to see if they have coffee. Wish me luck. Hey,
Good luck.
Well, good news. I just bought some coffee. I bought green coffee beans. I got a roaster set up, and we're going to be doing the whole thing on how to roast your own coffee beans. So we're got a video probably next week, because I got some other stuff for this week that we've already filmed, but that's going to be coming up. Asylum says, I don't think the shortages are always panic buyers. I think part of it is supply issues due to international borders being restricted. Yeah, maybe some of it. I could see that. Daughter Russ says, Bear, don't make me get the flamethrower out for the tires comment.
Yep.
Tires comment.
Slashing the tires.
Oh.
Yeah. Shaka, I think that I missed your super chat. And Zaffiel, you said that you think we missed it. I don't see one from you, honey. I am super sorry. If you re-say what you said, I will. Anyway, Shaka, $2, says Ryobi is garbage. Shocking. Bing, 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 bing. So.
There it is.
No, I see. That's the one I just said. Where's Zaffiel's? Zaffiel said that I missed one. I'm super sorry.
Maybe he said you were missing Shaka's or his. Oh, there it is.
Oh, $5.
Oh.
I am so sorry. I'm trying to watch it on my phone, which is not working very well because the one that's up here, I can't really see it. Says I have got a 3,500 watt generator, $138. Vulcan Pro TIGGed for $220 and gas pressure washer $115 at Harbor Freight today. Is my luck finally changing before society collapses? Those are awesome deals. Why are you making faces at me? Oh. Zaffiel, $5. Bing, 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 bing. I am so glad that you said that I missed that comment, because those are great deals. You got the generator, the welder, and the gas. Oh, and a gas pressure washer. All of them at Harbor Freight. So thank you super a lot. I also like the smiley face.
Hold on. I am trying to do something here, and I have completely messed this up.
It's okay. So I'm just going to okay. Yep. Now we're doing crazy things. Not sure if anyone can see us. The screen is like a psychedelic craziness. Okay, maybe not psychedelic, but all of the information that we typically look at is gone. So I'm going to look on my phone, and I'm going to touch my face because I washed my hands somewhat recently, and it's my face.
Where did this thing go? Just
Echo.
a moment, please.
Hey, have a good night, Echo. He says good night. I know that earlier you said that you have to get up at like 3:30. So
There we go.
I super appreciate that you get up so early and that you are working so hard. Everybody who's working right now, I super appreciate everybody who's working. Paul St. Marie. Okay, really? Your name is Snot Bubbles? I'm very concerned. Says, how do I get motivated to clean my shop?
Oh,
Well,
that's the one we're all trying to answer, isn't it?
yeah, I think it's kind of like most things in life. Like there has to be something even worse, like a 37-page term paper that needs to be done in 3 days. You're like, you know what I need to do? I need to take a toothbrush and clean every single tiny crevice of every tool that I own. Because you'd rather do that than write your 37-page term paper. But what do I know? I'm not inspired to clean your shop ever. Sorry.
No, and you never help, which is a good thing.
I was
Which
going
is a
to
very good thing.
say, I'm pretty sure you don't want my help. Because my help would be like, what is this thingy bobber? Oh my goodness, we should go weld something. And then you'd be like, no.
I was trying to figure out how to get the chat window back up over here for you, and all I managed to do was screw everything else up. So I'm going to stop with that.
Yep. Jennifer White Wolf says, green coffee is hard to find in retail. Got to go to a roaster.
Yeah, I had to order it online. Now, when we lived in the Bay Area, there was a place locally, Sweet Maria's. If you ever need to order stuff, they're a great place to order from. So
Paul St. Marie donated $2. Trust in 7.62 NATO.
7.62 NATO.
That's words are not happening.
308 is what we call it usually.
Yeah.
Not exactly the same thing. It's like 556 isn't exactly 223, but.
Bing, ding, 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 ding. Thank you, Paul St. Marie. I don't think I missed anybody else, but please.
But if we did.
Yes, let us know because we're not.
Because we're not perfect.
Right.
we're not even close. I'm
perfect.
Yeah, we do try to read every single comment. And if we miss it, we apologize. Feel free to repeat it, but give us time. Try to pay attention to how far behind we are, because we do get behind too, because we're trying to read every single comment. Barbecue 76. I think way too much thought went into that fork question. Yeah, that would be me. Let's see here. In Asylum, I don't think the shortage is always panic. Oh, we read that one. We talked about Capri Tools.
Oh.
What?
Brad figured out how you find time to clean his shop.
What's that?
When his wife is in the house and mad about something.
Oh, that's a perfect time.
Yep. You're like, ooh, I'm going to be super busy inspecting this temperature gauge.
Steve says, no way of keeping 6 feet away from people at my job. I'm surprised how busy Menards was yesterday morning, early in the afternoon. I'd be walking around with a stick going, and poking it at people and keeping them away. Like, sure, how can I help you? Dave says, media-induced panic. Well, there's two reasons for that, and I agree with you. But yeah, one of it is that's how they make money, is by inducing panic and getting people to watch the news and buy the magazines and all that other stuff. And the other reason is because we don't get into it here. Joe Costa says, hey, I'm a Harbor Freight employee. Okay, we asked that. Also, if Joe, this, not just you in particular here, but this happens all the time. We do get behind, so please don't spam comments, because then I get confused when I'm trying to catch up and figure out where I am, and it just makes me take longer to figure out what's going on. Jennifer says, just pull the Schrader valve cores to flatten tires. It's not as cruel, just a nuisance, and still sends the message. Yeah. I just like to seethe about it in my head. I let it go. I have to let it go. I have to find my inner wad, and just, I'm gonna end up in jail somewhere eventually if I don't. Echo says, I'm not going to be out early. 3:30 a.m. I need to be up, and we're super busy, even more than H1N1. Oh, yes. I can just imagine.
And he just went to bed, so good night. We totally understand, and we appreciate that you are working super hard.
Gary says we was denied access to the data center to pick up an EMC computer because I have a cough. Not going in now because of my cough, and my dispatch asked me why. Cough, cough. You want me to come in? I can breathe on you. Daughter Ross says, I thought about bidet a while back, my last round of stomach bug, but I'm in a rental, so not doing it.
There is an attachment that you can get for your regular toilet if you have a rental that is basically like a hose. They use it a lot for people that do cloth diapering. You can clean out the cloth diapers and sort of spray down the
Yeah, but you still have to plug it into the water line, which means you got to turn the water off. And a lot of people don't like messing with the plumbing for that sort of thing.
Are you sure?
Did you just ask me if I was sure?
I just asked him if he was sure.
Woman has lost her mind.
No.
Ed the Old Tech Guy says, Milwaukee large copper cable crimper looks amazing. You should review it. Man, I don't review that much. I don't crimp that much copper. I've seen it. And it does look amazing. But yeah, I have no need for something like that. And I don't even have anything I could crimp with it. I'd have to go and spend a whole bunch of money on copper. Let's see here. Gary P says, my kids won't let me out of the house, but 2 of them did and will continue to buy groceries and other needs until this crazy stuff is over. I love my kids. That is sweet of them, isn't it?
Great.
Jennifer agrees. Bidet is the way to go. Flush up. No need for toilet paper. Heck yeah. Keisha says, also, I love your giraffe ears. I'm a zookeeper and currently a primary trainer. Oh, that's the one you were reading before. I'm like, I don't have giraffe ears.
I have giraffe ears. I'm the giraffe.
No one's talking about you.
Yeah, they are.
Let's see here.
Polka dot ears. Yes, I have polka dot ears.
Hey, by the way, if you're buying stuff in bulk and you need a way to store it, she picked up some food grade buckets for free from the local grocery store by going, and what'd you do?
So, first of all, you start out being a nice person.
Yeah.
If you are an a-hole, this will not work for you.
So in other words, I shouldn't do it.
No.
Okay.
There's a reason why I do it. And you go and talk to your local bakery. Most bakeries in Walmart, Albertson, Smith's, Kroger, Myers, I don't know, all of them. They have a bakery. They usually have really big tubs that the frosting comes in. And it's a food grade container.
So we have to eat all the frosting.
No, somebody else has already done that
No.
for you. And you just ask them, hey, I know it's super busy and things are crazy and I super appreciate that you are working so hard. And you just ask them, is it possible that you guys have an empty frosting tub in the back? And if they do, and they're able to, most of the time they'll just give it to you for free. It's great for gardening. It's great for storing long storage of food because it's food grade. And just so, I think most people here understand why you want food grade plastic stuff rather than regular stuff.
Either lean forward or speak up.
Oh my goodness. So basically you just ask the bakery section if they have an empty frosting tub. And it's not quite a 5-gallon bucket, but it's pretty big.
It's not a 5-gallon bucket?
Let me go look.
Because I saw it in passing. I thought it was a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I don't know. Let's see here. And Salem says, I think there are 7 species of giraffe. I literally have no idea on that one. BW says, picked up a Hypertough 20-volt 1-gallon sprayer 1 a.m. this morning. $35, originally $68. Oh, you could spray down the house, spray down people who are visiting. Yeah, and hey, for those of you who don't know, we are a family-friendly channel. Our cubs pop in, they watch this stuff. Other people do too. And some of us, if I'm just going to say it quite frankly, the way I was raised, when it's just men, you can talk how you please, but when there's ladies about, we try to have some decorum. Much less the children. So it's, maybe it's just me, these dang manners and stuff like that. Kirk says, I spent some time in bulk spin the 80s in the bulks in the 80s. Toilet paper there was like brown paper bags. It was rough, but it worked. Oh, that sounds terrible. Bo says, what type of media do you think works best for the Harbor Freight blast cabinets for cleaning metal parts? Well, that's entirely dependent on the type of metal you're using and what you're trying to get off of it. There's all sorts of stuff, and I know people, they're very, very decisive about what it is that they like to use. Everything from, crushed shells, on up to sand, and then there's some other synthetic products and stuff. Think of the media itself like a tool, and you need to use the correct media for the job that you're going to be doing. Donna Russ says, Oriental joke, bearskin rug, Mrs. Bear, get the club. I didn't make the joke. I was trying to be polite. See what I get? See how they are? And let's see here. Jay Who says, what should we expect to spend to start up a live chat setup? Well, I can tell you, sorry, I was just looking around for my old microphone. I just had it here. It was around here somewhere. So I'm using the same webcam that I started with 4.5 years ago. And it's a $100 webcam. And you don't need to spend that much these days because it's much cheaper now. It does 1080p at 30 frames per second. And it gives you full standard HD. Nobody watches this stuff in 4K. Nobody wants to see this face in 4K. And then the microphones. You don't need microphones like this. I used a blue Snowball Ice microphone, which is about as cheap a USB microphone as they come. And it was $50 brand new, and you can get them used. You could literally get a used setup to start doing live streams for $50, easy. All these people, and you can use your cell phone. I know a lot of guys who've got channels, they use cell phones for all their live streaming. No microphone, nothing else, just a cell phone on a stand. What is that?
So this is Eleanor's current painting.
Ooh, it's very beach-like.
It is very beach-like. She's got a turtle and a fish and a crab. She's really into aquatic stuff right now.
She is a sad, sad moppet.
Yeah.
So she was supposed to go on this thing that they do out here on the West Coast called, what was it called?
Sea Camp?
Sea Camp. They go over to, is it San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
They go over to San Diego and they do all this aquatic stuff, and they learn about sea life, and they go in the ocean, and they go in the bay, and I think they go to a local aquarium or something. And it's something she's known about for, you do it in 5th grade, and she's known about for almost 5 years. And she is the animal lover in the family. She's desperately wanted to go as soon as she heard about it.
Yeah.
Her older brother went, had a fabulous time, brought back, I let him borrow the little video camera I've got. This is one of the things I use. It's a GoPro Session. You can pick one of these up now for like $100 used. There's no extra case. It's just this. It's got a microphone on the front, a microphone on the back, and it records in 1080p. And he took this, I had it attached to a selfie stick, and he took it in the water and on the beach, and he had a blast with it. She was so excited, and we'd just paid a stupid amount of money for it.
Yeah.
And they just canceled it, and she was in tears.
Yeah.
And then they told us that after they canceled it, we didn't cancel it, they canceled it, that they were going to see what they could be doing to get our money back. To which I told them, I didn't cancel. You did. So I don't want to hear about seeing to get my money back, because my child's either A, going, or B, you're giving me my money back. There is no in between sort of thing with that. I don't care what your policies are. You're responsible for this.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I know a number of people have commented that they think that this virus has been around for a while and that their family members have been sick for 3+ weeks. I know we were sick with something, so I am seeing those.
No, the other thing is the flu is still around. The flu is still out there. It hasn't gone away.
Yeah.
And there's way more people with the flu than there are who have this virus.
Right.
And for a lot of people, I gotta say this. I know I'm not trying to harp and make this the virus show and stuff, but a lot of people have this idea like, well, it's just the flu, you're gonna be fine. The flu is influenza. That's where the flu part is. It's influenza. Influenza has killed millions of people over the course of humanity. It kills tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people every year. The flu is no joke, but for most of us who are happy and healthy and well-fed and well-rested and have access to good Medicare, or medical care, I should say, it isn't as big an issue, which is the same with the coronavirus thing. But there are, I don't want to get into it, but anyway, the flu is something to, take it seriously. Don't just brush it off, which is, of course, the kind of thing I would do because I'm an idiot when it comes to go to the doctor. I don't do that. Let's see here. Do an avatar of the giraffe for your daughter. Oh, I should see if I could do that. Really cool. She would love that.
Somebody was asking what the size of the pail was that I got. So it is listed as 40 pounds or like 18 point something kilograms. It was a glaze, like they had used it for maybe donuts or something. So everybody's is going to be kind of different. It's shorter than a 5-gallon bucket.
By how much?
I don't know, like a third. So it's like 2/3.
It's a third shorter?
Probably.
So it's probably like a 3-gallon bucket.
I don't know. It's a bucket. It's really big. You can put a lot of rice or flour or anything you need to put in it that is food grade and you want to put in your body.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Free 99.
And free is always a good price in my book.
Oh
my goodness. I think there is another super chat that it does not show up in this. He was trying to fix it so that I can
Asylum.
see it, so.
$10. Add Dinner Tools. I love your Sunday night chats, but I've always have to go to bed for work Monday. So good night. I hope you guys stay safe. Good night. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Glad you could make it tonight.
Thank you so much.
Your little super chat dance.
Bing, 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 bing. Sorry, I'm a little excited. Hi.
The bell does the binging part.
So do I. I do my own little binging.
You don't have to.
I know I don't have to. You say that every single time. I'm totally aware that I don't have to.
I don't think so.
But it's just one of the special services that I offer.
Special is the right word.
That's right. You married it.
I did. And while we're at it, Jonathan Horton joined and became a member. Thank you so much. Members deserve more than that. I'm sorry, but this is a member.
Oh my goodness. Are you going to tell me how to bing now?
Dance your little giraffe tail off there.
Bing, 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 bing.
I'll get the taser out.
Yeah, and then I'll taser you.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I do have one.
Nope.
I've got one of those Electro Start cigarette lighters. Nope. I zapped her in the backside with it. Oh, she still wants to murder me over that.
Sure
It's
do.
over there. Can you dig that out for me?
Nope, sure can't. Mm-mm.
It's around here somewhere.
Nope.
No, it is.
Nope.
All right, let's...
Groovejet, special needs. Mm-hmm. How's it going over there in the UK? How are you doing? Not sleeping, I see.
Oh, what happened here?
You've lost your mind and don't know what you're saying.
No, it won't let me go all the way back. I may have missed some comments here. It won't let me scroll all the way back. So real quick, let me start here with where I'm at here. Oh, hey, Brad's Workbench is in the house. Hey, Brad. How goes it?
Hey.
Diesel Dude says, your thoughts on the Central Pneumatic 3-gallon air compressor. Good for light duty. The 3-gallon, I'm not a fan of any of the small Central Pneumatic ones. For light duty, it'll do it. It's going to be stupid. As they say in Boston, it's going to be wicked loud. There isn't a good option at that price point. There just isn't when it comes to cheap air compressors. The Central Pneumatics 21-gallon is about as cheap as I could recommend. The 10-gallon, the oiled, because when at that point, if I'm not mistaken, the 3-gallon is oilless. So at that price point, oilless compressors are going to die eventually. They might last for a while. If it's super light duty, you might get away with it. Hey, that might be the kind of thing where you want to invest a few extra bucks and get the extended warranty on it. If you can, I've got the 2-gallon Fortress, and that thing is fabulous. And the McGraws, those are nice too, but Yeah, it's hard to recommend something like that.
Barbecue 76 did a super chat.
Okay.
$5. Can you read that?
Not
Bing,
really.
bing, bing. Oh, you can't read that.
I have my glasses
It
on.
says display the painting in the box behind. I think you mean display this painting back there. It's actually one of Elle's class assignments, so it needs to go to school.
It's not going to school.
I didn't realize that. I'm going to send a picture of it. I'm still processing that they don't go to school anymore, okay? He says, what are you waiting? The best Schwarzenegger voice. Do it now. Leftover characters.
Do it now.
Yeah, that was good. So thank you so much, Barbecue 76. Bing, 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 bing. I guess I need to take a picture.
You up.
Yeah. I was like super bummed that the Arnold Classics got canceled.
Oh,
One
she
day,
loves
that's
that.
like on my bucket list. I super really want to go and see that. When I was a girl, Arnold Schwarzenegger came to my school for the whole, like Healthy America or whatever the program is where
Nice
they go.
flex there.
What are you talking about?
Arnold Schwarzenegger came to your school. Your little.
I'm pretty sure he came to everybody's school. I'm
He come to my school.
At this. Well, it's because you were in Iowa. Just saying. It's really far from Ohio.
Paul St. Marie says, by the way, Mrs. Bear is sporting an awful nice jacket there.
Thank you.
She is, isn't she?
Yep. I stole his.
And backwoods, she did.
When it arrived, I'm like,
Straight up.
honey, just so you know, this is the wrong size. And he's like, I think you'll still be wearing it.
Yeah. And somebody else had commented that it's super soft on the inside. And I got to say this.
Super soft.
It's super soft on the inside. I don't know. Let me see the arm on it.
It's not yours.
I'm just trying to. No, I thought it was
Okay, technically it is his, but I'm wearing it.
It's just super soft.
It's really, really soft. Somebody says, have you heard anything from Harbor Freight on the 3/8 flex head ratchet that they recalled? I still have my voucher, and I think basically they're saying they haven't heard anything.
No, I haven't, and I will reach out to them. They're in a bit of a tizzy right now with trying to deal with all the shipping and whatnot. I have not heard. They've kind of gone radio silent on me, and I'm not pestering them at the moment. But I will reach out to them about the ratchet because it's been a while. And people deserve to know about that.
Yeah, I think they've got a lot going on.
Backwoods Mechanic says at least gas prices are great again. I think they're fantastic, honestly. I just hope they stay that way until we have to do our road trip. Simple Parada says went to Walmart the other day and they moved a whole row from sporting goods to heart tools and hand tools. No surprise, it was their gun accessories they did away with. Oh, man. That's sad. Wes Sailor says, Dental Tools, not sure this virus was not here for a few months already. Oh, that's one you were talking about. Wife was so sick 3 weeks ago. Get rid of it. 3 rounds of meds did nothing for it. That's the thing with any kind of virus. The meds really don't do much for them.
Yeah.
That's why all these people are talking about, well, is that soap antibacterial? I'm like, lady, it's a virus. It doesn't care about your antibacterial BS. Let's catch up here. Invidious. Oh, hey, how's it going? It says, hey guys, have you noticed that Lowe's is starting to carry a more premium XTR line of Cobalt power tools? Gotta say, the 1/2-inch impact wrench seems mighty good for the price. It does seem pretty good. I gotta say, they're doing some really nice stuff over there. I really like what they're doing with the. And as I said, we were worried last year about this time if it was going to continue, and then we got word that they were doubling down and they were going to be up in their game, and they have. They really have, and it looks like there's more of that to come. It says, when it comes to TP shortages, I remember how much junk mail I get. That'll do it for you. Chris says, toilet paper, everyone has a bidet. It's called a shower. I was thinking that too. I didn't want to say it. Kirk says he's in Pennsylvania. Oh, okay, Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness.
That'll be
Gas
nice
is $1.72 in Fort Worth.
Oh, man.
That is like super cheap.
I'm about ready to go to Tractor Supply and buy one of those big 1,000-gallon containers and get some Stay-Bill and fill up for the year.
Yep.
Jay Who says, Ed the old tech guy and I put Darth Ratchet to the test. Tell Ed to hurry with the editing. Oh, I want to see that. That sounds pretty cool. Dwayne says, glad I stocked up on shop towels. Yay, there's a use for those shop towels from Harbor Freight, huh? Steven says, wait a second. Few super chats and no bell. Sorry, I know. We're catching up here. Asylum says, China may have it under control, but did they do it in an ethical manner? Who knows? Ethical there versus ethical here. There's that. Frankenfishing says, we are going to see an inflationary recession because of the COVID or a deflationary. At this point, it's going to be hard to say. Honestly, I think we're going to see a rapid bounce back on it. I don't think we're going to see it's going to be like 2007 with the housing market crash or any of the other kind of big recessions we've seen, because really this is just an inventory issue and accessibility. There's no inherent issue with the economy itself. All the same, engines are still there. The lending is already, we're already in a state of emergency, so they can up lending, they can add stimulus however they want. It's just really until people, honestly, it really is nothing more than people getting scared about it and having reactions. There's nothing about the economic environment that's affecting it. Paul St. Marie says, you believe what the Chi-Com government has to say? They were denying the entire thing for about 6 weeks. Yeah, we do the same thing.
I was going to say, I am not, I know that this is not going to be super political, but I think everybody's government is not super transparent. And if you think our government is telling you everything,
yeah,
they're not. So,
and someone says, have you heard of a Sawzall blade for masonry cutting? Yeah, they make masonry blades specifically for masonry.
Also, all the alternative toilet paper options that we're talking about, our plumber friends and subscribers are reminding everyone, please do not flush them. And then Zaphiel, I love you, says, Dan M., why don't you support your local septic workers? That is true. That will keep them in business. But I'm pretty sure right now they don't really want to be in everybody's.
They're probably going to have plenty of business. Trust me.
Yeah, business. So, I would just say, don't flush things down your toilet when things are going crazy and you need to use alternative toilet paper. Put it in a garbage can and, don't put it down your toilet.
Robert says this is going to draw out for weeks. It probably is. I have a feeling that we're not going to see a big turnaround until, it's flattening out overseas in some places, but it's probably going to be 2 or 3 months before we see the backside of this. Zaphiel says, you have top chat on. I think you missed my secret. No, I have live chat on. But it was having some scrolling issues is what happened. I think we caught up with it.
Was that Zaphiel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we went and looked.
Yes. How did your garage sale go? It went great yesterday. Today we had very few people showing up. And at the end of the day, shut up, Moto. At the end of the day, we drove around to pick up our signs and found out why. All our signs had blown away because it's Vegas and it gets super windy. And I relied on the Cubs to put them up. So they probably didn't do a very good job of putting them on there. Dale says, hey, everyone. Mrs. Bear, you're looking great. She always is. Let's be honest. PJ Kentucky, I'm also a little biased if we're being completely honest. PJ Kentucky says, how expensive is green beans? I got 3 pounds of green bean for, I think, $14. And you can get it, if you buy bigger, and you can get it cheaper. And I buy some of the kind of, I think I got it right over here.
Okay. I seriously thought you guys were having a conversation about green beans, and I'm like, this man never buys green beans. What in the flock of seagulls is he talking about? That was the look that I just had, which is, what are you talking about?
I don't drink a lot of coffee, but when I do, I get a little hoity-toity with it. I want to,
Yep.
I get.
You get a little SB.
Yeah, a little bit. And I gotta get the good stuff, and I roast it myself, and I don't go to a super dark roast because I still want to taste it, and I do my own grind. And who, me, anal? No.
We just got a super chat from Ed. Oh wait. Oh, this one's from Dale. There was one from Dale that I missed. It says, please don't ever stop binging, Mrs. Bear. I love that. That's right. $5. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh.
So that was for Dale. And then then we have another super chat from Ed, the old tech guy. Following Dale, Mrs. Bear, hit that bell. Bing, 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 bing. Both of them were $5. Thank you so much. I do like to ding. I know it makes him probably lose his mind, but I kind of like that. Just a little bit. That's kind of why I like to do it.
Dan says entire supply chain relies on just-in-time shipments, and that is true. I've been following some of the comments from the CEO from Maersk Shipping, the largest shipping company in the world. You can also, there's websites where you can track the actual global positioning. My son's into that for some reason. He actually plays a global shipping simulator, and he's been following Maersk in the shipping for the past year. And he showed that to me, and they're not that far behind schedule. So they never did really fully close the ports over there. A lot of people, there's all these rumors that they've closed all the ports, and they closed a few of the ports, and then they reduced access to the ports. But apparently they're already up to 90% capacity at all the factories, even in the infected zones. So, it was just a case of isolate, treat, sterilize. They had trucks going down the streets, spraying everything in sight, like the whole street, the sidewalk, fronts of buildings, everything. They sterilized the country. So, anyway,
GrooveJet is saying it's $5.56 a gallon in the UK for gas.
No.
Petrol is super expensive.
Dwayne says it's easier to find regular coffee than green beans. It's really hard to find green beans. I tried to find green bean coffee locally. I tried even the hoity-toity stores. Nobody has it here in Vegas. This is a town of 2 million people. You think there'd be one shop that sold it, but if there is one, I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Ed the old tech guy says Dale Lucid's in the house. Now we can party hard. He brought the Coronas, the salt, and the lime. Oh.
Harbor of Doom says, night, everyone.
David Cutter says he can see and hear us fine. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Barq76 says, sorry, I'm a decent DIY guy. What do you think about me adding a 30 amp fuse and putting a couple of outlets on it for my garage? Any tips? You don't want tips on wiring from me. There are things that I know that I'm not the person to do it. Basic plumbing is something I'll do. Running wiring and something like that is stuff I'll do. A 30 amp fuse, I could probably be okay with doing stuff like that. I would get nervous when I start running, splitting off 220 and putting sub boxes in and stuff like that. It's kind of thing, well, I'll probably, I would do it myself and then go call a buddy of mine who's an electrician and have him come over and just take a look at it before going live on it. It's not hard. It's just knowing the technical things. It's not knowing what you don't know is the issue. So if you got somebody who can check it out before you actually, run power through it, maybe you want to do it. It's, as I said, adding a 30 amp fuse, and running outlets, it's not that difficult, but it's one of those things that if you screw it up, it can go really bad.
Todd's workshop.
Oh.
I'll try to do better next time.
Will you do? Did you guys hear that?
No one's talking to you.
Stop listening to my conversations,
Okay.
woman.
Todd's workshop says, I know this is a long shot, but does anyone know a reputable handy person in the southern Maryland area? We need some work done ASAP and cannot find anyone. So I know that there's lots of people posting. If anybody has something for him, that would be great. DR Falcon says 366. And now something different. Bing, 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 bing.
No, you guys say it like this. And now for something completely different.
Okay, but that's not what he wrote.
That's what he meant.
I'm reading what they wrote. You're not the boss of me.
Matthew says, tomorrow's my lady's last day until the ships come back for passengers in Galveston.
Oh.
Joe Smith reminds people, heroes, you need to watch last Friday's episode of After Dark with Joe Smith. Dale Lucid was on. He talked about meeting his wife at a wet t-shirt contest and his appearance on Jerry Springer. Why was Dale Lucid in a wet t-shirt contest?
I don't know, but his wife said that is the one for me.
I
That
can
is the
imagine. I
winner,
guess if that's your sort of thing. Tom says clean shops are overrated. I can remember when I first started doing this channel, I had lots of people who were like, I love watching your channel because your shop looks like a normal person. It doesn't look like one of these studio shops where nothing ever happens. It looks
Everything's
just like my
shiny.
place.
No one ever uses any of the tools. No one ever says words at their children because they've wandered off with said tool, or perhaps a wife.
Yeah. Gary says that trucks are making deliveries to stores. It's just selling faster than we can deliver it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yes?
Elkfest 209. Howdy, bears. Bing, 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 bing.
Howdy,
Loving
Elkfest.
the not even numbers. J.R. Lauza, $5. Glad I live in the country. 6 feet apart is easy when the nearest neighbor is a quarter mile away. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you so much for $5. And Terry with a $2 super chat. Hello, all. How's the wrench turning? Bing, 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 bing. I think I'm done for right now. I love you.
Hey, just a reminder, all the super chats are going towards actually upgrading our camera here. We upgraded our microphones, and that was the last big splurge where we used the super chat money on. And the next one is going to be for getting a mirrorless camera, the kind that has like an actual interchangeable lens. So getting good, clean glass that's, got a solid autofocus and can get some depth of field and that kind of stuff. So you really see how beautiful she is and how lucky I am.
I love you.
Oh, Hot Spice 1970 says, Happy Sunday, Bear family. Thank you very much, sir. Mike Adams says, hey, y'all. Jay Bedham says, Operation Coffee Run was a complete success. Nice. Oh,
Somebody,
what did I just do?
I don't know, you just closed something. Somebody said that they just got some of the Black Rifle coffee for $1 on Woot.
Wow.
So that is a screaming deal.
And guys, I just totally screwed up. I bumped my mouse.
Shocking.
It slid across the table and hit
Something.
a device used to hold things. And it hit the button and it closed my window with all my chat messages in it.
That's not what that device is for, just in case you're paying attention.
So I got to open up the chat window. What did I do here?
Rick says he'll have what the Mrs. DeBear is drinking. You know what? Today it is sparkling water.
Yeah.
This is me, unadulterated, completely sober, totally healthy. Yeah, that's what we're working with right now. Granted, I do have some giraffe ears and horns happening. Are they called giraffe horns?
Yes.
To our zookeeper friend, is that the correct terminology? Are they horns? I know that you think that you're a zookeeper, honey, but you're not actually one
I
in
happen
real
to
life.
let you know that I have watched countless episodes of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, which makes me an expert on giraffes and all other land and sea animals.
I actually educated our friends on Coyote Peterson because a lot of our friends have children and they're now going to be home with them for weeks on end.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's going to happen? And I'm like, you should put Coyote Peterson on. He gets bitten by everything. It's
Can you imagine
exciting.
having a career where your job is to get bitten and stung? But considering how much money he's making, I might do it. To be honest.
I would support you in that. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got the chat window back up. No idea how much I've missed, but I'm going to start reading here, try to catch up to present, and then I'll let you know if we missed your message. I'm really sorry about that. That was a total screw up on my part. Michael says, have a pleasant evening. Time to practice snoring. That sounds like a good one to do. Mark B says, thank you for keeping this family and kid friendly. Thank you for being part of it. David says, don't put nothing in the toilet unless you eat it first. Okay.
Okay, that's right. That
Yes.
makes sense.
Took me a second to
Yep.
process that one.
Had to process that.
Hey, Bear One's in the house. You're assuming Jeff had a mind to lose to begin with.
That is
Well, I
so
did.
true.
It wasn't mine, but I had one.
In your pocket.
Rick says, stop coronavirus, stay home and watch YouTube. That's right, Rick. He's got the idea. Barbecue 76 says, next time you have a garage sale, let me know. It's a 10-hour drive for me, but my garage is full, so I might need to buy one of yours. Boy, I know that feeling. I was really kind of bummed I didn't get rid of more stuff, but we got rid of a good amount of stuff.
And you know what? More than anything, it inspired me to get rid of more. Like there's clothes that I don't wear. So that's going to be my project for tomorrow.
This week is taking the stuff to donate.
Yep. Find a new home for it. And that doesn't necessarily mean give it to your friends and clutter their house. It means just get it out of your house.
Because that's how half of it ended up here, let's be honest.
I don't know what you speak of.
Yeah.
Okay. Barbecue 76, $1.76. I'm loving it. I'm loving you. It's great. Thank you. Bing, 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 bing. And Daughter of Ra towards the Bearskin Rug Fund. Oh, yes. Put the bell down. $4.13. Okay, Daughter of Ra, I have to do a bell. But it's just going to be one. Okay, this is for Daughter of Ra. $4.13. Bing. That's it. That's all I'm doing for you because you don't like the bell.
That hurt you on the inside, didn't
it? It did. On the inside, there's like a little giraffe me going, bing, 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 but I didn't do it. 201 from Terry says, what's with the uneven donations? Bing, 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 bing. You'll have to explain that one.
So when we first started doing the live chats, somebody was doing donations and they fat fingered the keyboard and it ended up being like 203 or something like that. And he was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I don't know why I did that. And everyone was like, what was that about? They're giving him a hard time. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. I said, it's going to be amusing for me. This is before she joined the live streams. And I said, it's going to be amusing for me because when she sees that donation amount show up, it's going to drive her nuts because she likes things to have symmetry. And when things are odd, it drives her insane. Like if I'm pumping gas and I get it right to like $20, she's like, oh, whew, I'll hit it another time. Just make it an odd number because it drives her just absolutely crazy. I mean,
do that on purpose.
I accidentally do
you
that.
See the kind of husband that I have? You see what I'm working with over here?
She really gets a little bonkers on this sort of thing. And so, of course, the guys adopted it as a way to have fun and taunt the missus. And it's kind of become an inside joke here on the den. So that's why you see people who are, they're in on the joke. I guess you all are now, too, as to why people do that. All right, let me try and catch up here. Robert points out it's the Ship Finder app. He uses it for tracking their ferries in Greece.
Yep.
Ooh. Wes says, I love the Facebook group. I've been posting a lot on there. That's awesome. By the way, if you haven't seen it, facebook.com/group/denatools for keeping up to date with all the latest deals, news, sales, and stuff like that, as well as some projects. People have been posting a lot of projects over there. Let's see here. Gary says, what are they spring? What are they spring?
What?
I don't know what that means.
Where did you read?
Right here. Gary says, what are they spring? I'll need some more information.
I don't know, but Eric Rose has 96 cents for gas in Missouri.
We're all coming to Missouri.
We are coming there tomorrow. We're coming to get your gas. Look out.
Yeah, and for those of you who, by the way, please type in @the_Den_of_tools. We read super chats, we read member comments, and we read anything that says @the_Den_of_tools. That because you guys talk back and forth with each other, and I can't read every single comment, so I just read the ones that I know that are directed towards me. City Lock says, okay, so it's the Milwaukee DeWalter Earthshake, the better coffee or the better coffee roaster. That's a good question, man. I gotta say the best coffee maker is definitely Makita because it's the only cordless coffee maker that I know of.
Todd's workshop is really making friends with Daughter of Ra this evening. He just did a super chat for $9.99, uneven. He says, extra bell, please. I have a migraine, but it's worth it. You got it, Todd. Bing, 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 bing. Daughter of Ra officially hates you now.
So do I. My ear, what was, oh my God.
He said extra bell. So I aim to please.
Jonathan Horton says, Den Tools, have a great night. Dinner ready, but thanks again for the video on the Hercules 12-inch miter saw. $2.99 Friday. Helped me out a lot. Going with videos over and over out. Take care. That's awesome. I'm glad you do that. I love that saw. It's actually a fabulous saw. Just a hint, I got an item coming in for that saw. It's not made by Harbor Freight. It's from a startup. It's going to be on a Kickstarter. They showed it to me. I cannot wait to show it to you guys, but it's going to be like a month out until you can actually see it because they want to do the whole press announcement thing all at once. I don't blame them. This thing is going to be huge if you ask me. Jehu says, I deliver appliances. I hope we don't work, but I want to bust out a bunch of videos.
Oh my goodness. I almost missed Paul's donation. It was right above Todd's and I was giggling. It says, Happy Pie Day. So I think that was yesterday, technically. But we can enjoy Pie Day today. So thank you.
Pie.
So Paul St. Marie for $3.14. Cover your ears, daughter of Ra. Don't listen. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you, Paul St. Marie. And I'm sorry I almost missed it.
Hey, real quick, we're a little further in than normal, 7:32. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah. The whole first hour kind of skipped by me there. Want to take a moment, take a break. 7th inning stretch here, if you would. We want to take a moment to remind people that we care about others, the less fortunate out there, such as our moderators. So it's time to adopt a mod. Pick one of your favorite moderators. That's anybody with the name in blue. They got the little wrench behind their name there. They're the ones that help keep the channel family friendly. They answer questions that I can't get to or that are often repeat kind of stuff. They remind people about all sorts of other good stuff. And they help keep the chat moving along. And I really appreciate everything they do. And if you appreciate them by supporting the stuff that you like to watch, most of them are creators in their own right. You know, Joe Smith is, I think some other people here are. Who else was on here? I just totally spaced his name. Brad's Workbench. And anyway, go check out their channel. And give them a thumbs up and maybe even consider subscribing. And of course, as like we always say, Daughter Raw, who has the best non-content. She has zero content and definitely is the best. Probably you'll find
anywhere
on YouTube or anywhere else.
Yeah.
And she's up to 40 some subscribers. We're trying to get her to 100. With absolutely no content, but we hit the 100 subscriber mark. It would be great if we could get her up to 100,000 subscribers and have her get a silver play button with no videos.
That would be amazing.
That would be a landmark achievement. Anyway, so
Make
adopt a mod, say thank you. Also want to say thank you so much to everyone who's donated with the super chats tonight. You guys are amazing for supporting the channel, as well as our members. It's kind of like Patreon, but it's built into YouTube. It's called YouTube Members. You sign up on the main page or something. And all you guys, you're simply amazing. And as I said, we're looking to upgrade the camera so you can see at least her in better living color, if not myself as well. I'm always a little bit blurry, so that probably won't help with me. But also the projects and everything else as well. So hopefully that will help. Is there anybody else I wanted to say thank you to tonight?
Just everybody who makes the community great, whether or not you're a moderator or you have channel or you're a content creator.
Or how about everyone who's just here tonight who's commenting?
Yeah. You guys are what makes our community great is, there are plenty of things that Jeff knows a lot about or that I know a lot about. But there's plenty of things that we don't. Yeah. And one of our things is, and we don't try, we're not perfect. We are not going to know everything. And the great thing is that we can say we don't know that, or we don't have as much knowledge as our friend here, and he or she has great information. And so I super appreciate the community that we have here. You guys are awesome.
And when we say that we're not perfect and we don't know everything, that also is an invitation for you to remind us. We know it. Some of you know who you are.
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
It hurts on the inside.
Well, sometimes I need to tell you you're wrong.
It may just be that tuna fish that went bad that I ate. All right. Dewey Dennis says, how's it going? It's going good. Hey, good to see you, Dewey. Yes. Bear One says, if these morons need 144 rolls of tissue for a 14-day isolation, they should have seen a doctor before the virus. There is that. Elkfist says, I bought a few Craftsman stackable toolboxes the other day, and I didn't get the rolling base, but I got the deep box and 2 shallow ones, and they're fantastic. Hey, I'd like to see a pic when you get a chance. Either email it to me or post it over on the Facebook group. I'd like to see how you set that all up. Rick says, I'll have what... Oh, Mrs. Bear's drinking. You're going to be really disappointed. She's like the true teetotaler in the house. She seldom, if ever, drinks. Shoney Hill says, what brand model camera are you leaning towards? Canon has a new one called the I think it's the M200. I've got a lot of experience with cameras in the past. I've used a lot of the software and stuff like that, so I'm more comfortable. I know that Sony makes the A5100 or the A6000. I can't remember which one's the latest one. They make a really good one also, but I'm more comfortable with the Canon stuff, so that's what I'm looking at. And it's just it's a simple, basic little camera. It's not like one of the big DSLRs or anything like that. It's just something that's got, because with this kind of stuff, it's all about the glass. It's all about the lens. So if you can buy an inexpensive camera and put good glass on it, you're going to get a better image than a more expensive camera than with like a kit lens that comes with it. So that's what I'm headed towards. By the way, if you want to see an interesting conversation, I think it was Shawnee that you and I were having a conversation about the benefits of the DeWalt table saw versus the Hercules table saw. And this is the kind of thing where, hush, lady.
Apparently, she thinks you're talking to her.
This is one of the things, like, I love having conversations with people, and even if they disagree with me, because I like getting challenged, because, you know, they always say if you're not smart, surround yourself with smart people. If you are smart, surround yourself with smart people who disagree with you. So I have no problem with somebody telling me that they think I'm wrong or challenge me on something, and having a lively discussion with somebody about something. And even if you don't agree at the end of it, at least you walk away knowing more probably than you did to begin with. So, Cameron, I think it was on the latest, I think it was on the parking lot sale we're talking about, because the new, or not the new, but the Hercules is down to $250. And he was saying that he would go with the 745 from DeWalt, which I pointed out is a lighter duty saw. It's not comparable to the Hercules. The Hercules is more comparable to the 7480 from DeWalt, which is a good bit more expensive. But apparently he pointed out that that's on sale at Lowe's right now for $300. So if you like the rack and pinion fence, which actually I'm not a fan of, but a lot of people are, that would probably be a good way to go.
SD Mountain Man, which I'm assuming is South Dakota Mountain Man, says, gotta go. 4 comes early. Nice chatting. I think he recently found us, and he also said his wife is totally cannot deal with the uneven stuff. Needs everything to be even. I totally understand. Tell your wife that I feel her on that. Barbecue 76 did a $5.76 donation. Super chat says, with all the bing, 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 I think we have neglected the gong. Let's hear it. Don't hold back. Let her rip. Okay, hang on. The gong's over there.
It's up there.
Okay. Everyone's going to have to deal with the adjustments.
Well, hold on real quick. Ed the Old Tech Guy says we need to get Mrs. Bear a cowbell like Saturday Night Live. A bit more cow. We have a cowbell.
Yes.
It was donated by Brad's Workbench. I love it. He even put a sticker on it that says, you know, Brad's Workbench, so he can market it. I like the idea.
Like it.
Good product placement. And but anyway, it's we left it in Montana, so now it's our Montana one. So when we go up to Montana, we'll have the cowbell. Seems appropriate.
Yeah. So is everybody ready? Everybody covered their ears, made their dogs go somewhere else. Okay. Oh, how come I'm all cattywampus?
Oh, I have all sorts of ideas on why.
Bing, 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 bing. Okay, don't hurt me. He told me to do it. Just following instructions.
I want to get a big one from like the Gong Show and hang it back there. And just
yeah.
Boing.
There you go. Yeah, I remember that. Like a million years ago. DR Falcon did another donation for $2.44 just to keep things even. He has problems. Bing, 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 bing. Oh. You trying to out-bing me?
Never.
Bring it.
Bear One says, so Bear, are you saying the inside of the jacket is soft or what's inside the jacket is soft? Asking for science, don't blowtorch me.
Both is true.
Yeah, but
Both
what's
is
inside is
true.
also bitey, so. Logan's Creation says, hey, I have the Harbor Freight 1x30 belt 5-inch disc sander. When I buy extra belts discs, are the Harbor Freight ones okay or good? Or should I get a different brand? Or if I get the Harbor Freight, we'll have to change it out a lot.
Basically, I think he's asking if you stay with the Harbor Freight ones, are they okay? Or
I don't generally. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I don't generally. They're okay. They're not fabulous or anything like that. Honestly, I end up using a lot of the Diablo sanders and stuff. And I don't know if they have it for the 1x30. I don't have a 1x30, so I can't really say for sure. But I do end up usually upgrading to a slightly more expensive grade. Or not, more expensive brand, I should say. They're decent for basic stuff.
Daughter Ross says, at the Den of Tools, I'm waiting for the day Steve brings home the Harbor Freight cowbell and signs divorce papers. Harsh.
David Fry says, wow, I can hear your folks so clear now. That's great. We're really glad. It's so weird, though, the way things work on YouTube. Somebody, after our last live stream, after it went live, commented, he's like, I've got a hearing aid, everything turned up. Mm-hmm. You guys suck. I can't hear anything. I'm unsubscribing, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll be honest, half the time, I when people say stuff like that, I check on their profile and they were never subscribed to begin with. But
yeah, just so
it's this YouTube thing that they think they're going to threaten you with stuff.
Yeah, just for the wonder geniuses out there that feel like they're hurting someone's feelings when they say that, we actually know if you're subscribed or not. And if you're cray-crays, it's okay.
And I do the best I can to try and get the sound level right. I can't help it with her. I constantly tell her to get closer to the mic and talk loud.
I'm doing better. Calm down.
She has a DNA problem with being soft-spoken. I don't have that issue, believe it or not. But what I do is, the way I test it is I set everything to 50%. I set my monitors to half level, the Windows environment to half level, the recording thing to half level, and I listen to it like that because I don't know how loud you've got your TV or your phone or whatever turned up to, so we just try to aim for the middle and you guys can adjust from there. How much is the new camera going to run? I think it's going to be right about $500. I'm trying to see if I can get a factory refurbished one and take it down to about $400.
We're always trying to find a way to make it cheaper, more affordable, and then share how we do it with you guys.
Yeah. If I could get it cheaper than that, it's because part of the problem is you have to be able to connect it to an HDMI capture device. And to do that, you need to make sure that it outputs clean where there's no other on-screen artifacts and stuff like that. So you're limited and going towards the more budget stuff because they won't let you do that because they're trying to force people like that who need that to buy the more expensive stuff. Bearwood says, Gary asked, what is China spraying the towns with? I don't know. Probably soy sauce.
Bear One says, you didn't get a necktie.
That was wrong.
I'm just steamrolling over that comment. You didn't get a necktie to strap onto the missus and the mic arm so it follows her as she moves.
That's a great idea.
Okay. Except that I'm just like the dog that you try to chain up in the front yard. I would wander off and take it with me. Yeah. So good luck with that.
I had a dog that did that kind of stuff.
Daughter Ross says, do we still have stickers? Yes, we still have stickers. And just a reminder that when you order stickers, please give us the correct address. We have had several returned. And we do our best to get them out quickly. And, let us know.
Yeah, but we do send them out by U.S. mail.
Yep.
So,
which I'm sure might be a little delayed right now. I think everybody's stressed out. So just give everybody grace.
Andrew Smokey says, your stress testing videos are great. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. And if there's something you want me to add to it, just let me know. I'm always willing to, try and add more content and stuff into things. Jeff Toey says, hello from Bozeman, 3rd annual jerky contest on St. Patty's Day, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So,
sure
hey,
they're
Jeff
gonna
in
cancel
Bozeman,
that.
so how is the snow right now? As we're saying, they've canceled school down here. If they make it till the end of the year, we're thinking about coming up early, but I don't need to be shoveling the sidewalks right now.
I want to say, okay, and I really want to go to Montana, like tomorrow.
I do too, but I don't want to
But they closed the pass last week. But honey, let's be real.
They
it could
closed
be
the pass last week, and
let's be real.
I think
that
those
can
horns
happen.
have gone to your head.
That could happen even in April or May.
We were there one time in late March or early April. And we went down to Yellowstone, and only the north gate was open, not the rest of the park. There was 4 feet of snow. The bison were hopping around like bunny rabbits because they couldn't walk.
Yep.
Bison hopping like bunny rabbits. It's an amazing thing to see.
Well, you
except
remember
when they're hopping towards your vehicle.
Yeah, well, you just hope they see you. Mr. I like to only have a white vehicle in the snow. Yeah,
you don't
that's
know.
you.
MGM Properties closing on Monday in Vegas. Crazy. They're closing the whole property?
I don't think that.
They've closed the buffets. They closed the restaurants. They closed the nightclubs. I hadn't heard that the whole property was closing.
I don't think the whole property is closing. I think that is misinformation.
Look it up. You got a phone,
Well, I got other things
Make
I
it
want
happen.
to talk about.
lady.
You have a phone that likes to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Back talk is what it likes to do. Donna Russ says, get that like button beaten, everyone. It's free tonight only. Oh, what are we up to with likes? We are up to 154 with 283
That's
people
right.
concurrently viewing. Can I ask a favor? Can I really? Can you chomp that like button, please? Because we really need to try. We like to try and hit 300. That's the number that, for our channel that YouTube likes to see happen. So if you could, we got to feed the algorithm. We have to bow before the lords of YouTube. I honestly hate begging for likes. I think it's not my sort of thing, but I don't get to make the rules. YouTube does. So if you got a moment and you like what you're watching here, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. Let us know.
Yeah. Wow. I do not see anything about MGM, but I do see that Wynn is set to close Las Vegas properties for 14 days beginning at 6 p.m. on Tuesday.
Oh, when did that come out?
22 minutes ago.
Oh, I almost bought a short on Wynn stock, and I went with Disney instead.
They operate Wynn and Encore.
Oh my God! I wonder what the aftermarket trading on that is. Oh,
He's losing his mind
it's
right now.
gonna tank so hard. I'm gonna have to buy that. I'm gonna be up tomorrow morning at stupid o'clock waiting for the markets to open. I'm gonna
Anyways,
buy all of that. Sorry. Sorry.
Calm down. Calm down.
Let's see here.
Thank you for liking and chomping the like button.
We're up to 206. Californians have been showing up in Vegas buying stuff. Figure they'll run out of money for TP at some point. DJ Cool Catansadix?
Where are you reading?
That's his name. Bauer or Hercules, what's the better cordless platform? Hercules are a better grade of tour. Yeah, they're on tool. But the Bauer stuff for a DIYer is more than good enough, and there's a lot more of them. At some point, someday, hopefully there'll be a full line of Hercules tools. That's not today. If you're a homeowner DIYer, the Bauer's good enough, and there's a ton of tools, and I use them all the time. I like them. I did not think I would like the Bauer's. I'll be honest, totally like the Hercules stuff better. In fact, one of the tools always close to hand for me is the Hercules 12 volt, which I'll even tell you, don't buy because it's too expensive for what you get. There's only 4 or 5 tools now in the 12 volt series. I've got the DeWalt 12 volt. I've got the Milwaukee 12 volt. I don't like the form factor on the Milwaukee. I don't like the way it feels. I know it's great. It's fabulous. And if you're going to go 12 volt as a pro, that's the line you want to go with. But I think the Bauer line is just fine for most people.
William Logan. I love it. mainly because it gives me a description up there, which is hilarious. It says pear character flying in the air with a red cape and smile on his face, which is exactly what it is. For those of us that are visually impaired,
So we can read that?
if my mother is watching, that's what it is. It's a really cool pear guy with like a cape and he's flying through the air. So $10 from William Logan. Thank you so much. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
I guess if they have Jaws running, it would read that to them.
Yes. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Jaws is a software program I think it's for Windows, because I think they have something already built in for Apple stuff.
Yes.
But for Windows that will read blind people stuff.
We'll read stuff to blind people. It will not read blind people.
How do you know?
Because my mom's blind.
They have new glasses that have a little camera right here that would use like facial recognition and stuff like that. And when you look at somebody, it will, if it can recognize who the person is, it will tell you who you're looking at. Anyway, because her mother's blind, I've been following a lot of the sight impaired tech that's out there. There's some really cool stuff, actually.
A number of our subscribers are also blind. So feel free to hop in and tell us how wrong we are.
Are they seriously?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I want to say at least 2 of our subscribers.
You just said a lot. Or a number. I guess that 2 is a number.
I'm going to throw something at your head. Perhaps
miss.
my shoe.
Yeah. Take off that shoe. See what happens. Family owes MGM. Oh, we talked about MGM. California's Bauer. C. Adams says, thank you for a pleasant Sunday evening. Good night, everyone. Stay sane, stay safe. Thank you so much. You too. Mike Adams says to Jesse, the answer to your bings, walla walla bing bang, bing bang, walla walla bing bang. Hoo hee, hoo ha ha. You know, we've been making the kids watch a bunch of the old classic Disney. I love it. They have a fit. Every time I say it's family movie night, I'm putting on a movie. Like, no, not another old Disney movie. And then I make them watch, what did we watch? We watched Swiss Family Robinson. Mm-hmm. And afterwards, like, that was amazing. I totally love that movie. Made him watch Davy Crockett. My son was like, oh my gosh, they all died. And he's totally into it and stuff like that. And it's hilarious. And then we're sitting there, so he watches. He's been really into old muskets and old like Civil War reenactments and stuff like that. And then our neighbor, while we're having the garage sale, brings over a old Springfield War of 1812 musket. And he's like, well, I got this rifle, I want you to take a look at it and stuff. I'm looking at it, and I'm not a black powder guy. I'm not. I'm going through and I look at him like, well, this isn't a rifle. It's a smoothbore. It is a flintlock. And I'm taking a look at this. I'm like, this looks fairly authentic, and did a little research and come to find out it could be, a knockoff. I don't know. Somebody could make something, but it looked to me like it was real. And I think from the War of 1812. Wow. Really great. My son was like, I can't believe you have an actual musket. And it made his whole day. Gary asked, what are they spraying in China? I'm not going to answer that one again. I already made myself look like an ass last time. Hot Spice says, I was binge watching Red the Bear all day today. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Jehu, Mrs. Bear, I heard you used to use a cowbell. Now you use a desk bell. How about changing every show or having the chatters guess what you're using? That would be fun. Right now, here we could
have named that tune.
We've got the desk bell. All the stuff we have right now was sent to us by viewers. The desk bell was sent to us. The gong was sent to us. And the cowbell that's up in Montana was sent to us. So we originally started with a cowbell.
Started with like
a little cheesy cowbell from Tractor Supply years and years ago, and it broke after about a year. So don't get your cowbells from Tractor Supply. The quality is just not there.
It's not able to handle.
Quite a bit, I will say that.
Yes.
The gong's a little iffy, but it's cute.
I love our gong.
Of course you do. Wow, Daughter Raw is at 52 subscribers.
I thought she said 56.
Maybe she'll come back later, but she said she's at 52 right now.
You mean 27 minutes ago or whenever she wrote that?
Whatever. I'm not that behind. Maybe. Dan says, y'all have a good night. Keep your mouse fidgeting to a minimum. I need to bounce. Oh, Dark 30 comes quick. Have all 26 wheels by rolling by 4. You stay safe out there, man. I know there's a lot of crazy people on the road, and I totally get what it's like for you guys to drive on the road, and I feel for you, brother. Stay safe. Dwayne 28 says, where can I get a replacement blade guard for the Admiral miter saw? Harbor Freight's got a whole new parts department. Have you tried calling them? Right now it's on phone only, or you can email them. They're going to have an online version, they say, hopefully by first quarter next year, if not sooner. So I would check it out. They've got a lot more parts in these days. And Jim Rumsey says, did you pick anything up from the parking lot sale this weekend? No, I went to the parking lot sale. I went a day early before they put stuff out, but I didn't end up going. We were doing a garage sale all weekend.
We had our own parking lot sale.
And I'm trying to think what all I sold, if I sold anything interesting. I sold an old Harbor Freight recip saw. I've got so many recip saws. I think I've got 5. I decided to let one of them go. And
somebody wants to pay you good money for the wife to stop dinging on top of the bell.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good
you
luck.
can spend all the money you want. She's still going to do it.
I don't think that I could.
I don't think she could stop.
I don't. I really don't. It's not possible.
In fact, I can clearly remember you trying to stop and then pointing out later that you still did it. And you're like, what? Oh. That is her modus operandi. She doesn't realize she's doing something. You're like, you did it. She's like, what? Huh? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. It goes just like that.
Good night, Terry.
Good night, Terry. You have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for supporting the channel as always.
Mike Adams says, Jeff, if you haven't played it for your kids yet, watch Disney's Swamp Fox starring Leslie Nielsen and Frances Marion. I believe your son may enjoy it too.
So I've never even heard of that. I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, we're trying to go through all the old classic movies, the old Disney movies, all that kind of stuff. And they like to sit there. When it comes to black and white, they usually draw the line at black and white. I made him watch, what was it? The Last Samurai, trying to get him into a samurai mood. The one with Tom Cruise. So, because he's into muskets. So this one has muskets. So we're going to get him to that. So now I'm trying to get him to the samurai stuff. And then I'm going to try to get him into Akira Kurosawa's The Seven Samurai. Because that starts a whole genre with The Dirty Dozen, the seven, what is it? What's the one that was right after that?
The one that I'm thinking of is...
Not The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It was Magnificent Seven. In fact, if you don't know it, Akira Kurosawa started that whole genre all the way up to including Ocean's 11 is essentially that same movie where it's the whole team building thing. Like, we got to get the expert for this, and we got to hire the expert for this, and the expert for this. And that's what, if you have not seen The Seven Samurai, fabulous movie.
Here's what I love. Our amazing community. So Jet Groove, or Groove Jet, who's in the UK, was making sure that I rang the bell for the super chat for William. So yes, I did ring it, and I know William already said that I did, but I love that you guys are like making sure, hey, did you make sure that you got somebody's super chat?
That's
I appreciate
awesome.
that.
We have a great community.
We
here.
do. And some people
Good
would feel like, that's nagging or bugging somebody. I don't feel that way at all, because we totally this night for sure we have missed people and sort of had to go back. So
they also know you would feel terrible if you missed them.
Absolutely, I would feel awful. So
she would literally lose.
I would lose sleep, literally. Like, I would wake up sweating in the middle of the night. If you guys do super chats, I absolutely want to acknowledge you. And sometimes you guys just make me almost pee my pants. It's so funny. But I would feel terrible if you did a super chat and I didn't acknowledge it. So thank you.
Let's see here. Dale says, I always enjoy the content. As a Harbor Freight employee, we need to send uninformed or uniformed,
basically a message to
PSA
everyone.
to the people. Please use the online option if you're sick. Yeah, if you are coughing, you're sick, even if you think it's the regular flu or just a cold, just stay home. There's no reason to risk it. No reason to make everyone else feel all twitchy about it. Major weaknesses. Does Harbor Freight sell N95 masks? I think they used to. I don't know if they still have them in stock, but they also have P95 masks. And what a lot of people don't realize, P95 is a step above N95. It just also adds in the ability to handle oils and stuff like that. So it's an industrial rating. So N95 will stop, virus level. P95 will do that and protect you from oils and stuff like that. In fact, I picked one up just to have, and it's the kind that's got the two, circular filters on it and whatnot. I've got another one. I've got a 3M one, but I think it's buried back in somewhere, and I don't know how old the cartridge is on it or anything. So, Shawnee says, I have the Canon M50 and the Sony 80-6300. Truly love them both. Canon at least has cheaper glass. Yep, and that is true, Shawnee. That's one of the reasons I was looking at that. I like the 6300. I'm a big fan of Sony. In fact, where is my camera?
Which one?
Oh, there it is. Hold on.
Really?
It's not a...
Grace and charm over
you don't
here.
know.
Yeah.
So one of the cameras that we do use right here is this Sony. It's a point and shoot, but I use that one for some stuff. And but it doesn't have a changeable glass on it. You can't set the focus on it manually. I use it more for filming projects and stuff like that. I'm a big fan. I'm really happy with Sony coming into the market and doing what they've done to help push things forward, especially in the mirrorless solutions. And I like the 6300. The 6300 is just too much money. I looked at the M50 and trying to get a clean HDMI out on it is kind of a pain. So that's why I was looking at the M200, because they touted that as a design for streamers out of the box kind of solution.
William Logan, sorry, another $10 super chat. It says, cheers, Mrs. and Mr. Bear. I don't forget the Cubs.
Oh.
Bing, 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 bing.
Speaking of Cubs, can I get you to do me a huge favor?
No.
Can you go inside and see if anybody has fed the Labrador?
I fed the Labrador.
Okay, well, you want to let her out here so she can say hi?
Yes, I
Maybe
will.
tell one of the Cubs to come out. If you're watching Cubs, come and say hi. You guys have been... Go on.
Also, Tim Happy did a $10 super chat. It says, I need dust masks for my granite fabricators. So I think you just talked about that. So I'm going to bing the bell. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
If you're desperate for a dust mask and you can't find one, call me or email me at red@denatools.com. And if I can't find you one, I'll send you the one I've got. It's not something I need. It was just to have for, you know what, and giggles. And but if you need it for work or something like that, I don't want somebody to missing out on their job, or worse yet, endangering themselves on the job. So let me know. If nothing else, I'll even dig out my other one if there's more than one person who needs them. We've got a box of masks also. I don't know where that is. Mm-hmm. Probably in storage. I need to go through storage anyway, because I got to get some shells for a friend we're loaning our broomsticks to. Anyway, and that's, of course, I don't know what that is in this state, but if it is illegal in this state, that's a hypothetical loan.
Right. Everything that we talk about is hypothetical.
And for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. Shoot the moon. You need a hug or something. There's no rest in peace, Tom Hanks. He's fine. So no one freak out. And shoot the moon.
All day.
Yeah. No. Go away.
Jay, who just subscribed to Daughter Raw? I'm trying to get to her. Let's get Daughter.
Love you.
What was that about?
They subscribed to Daughter of Ra. That's amazing.
Oh, there you go.
I know that Daughter of Ra really appreciates the bell. She said that if she ever meets the bell, she's going to melt it down.
Yeah.
With her flamethrower.
Hot Splice says Harbor Freight has a cowbell. They do. That's the one we have that they said to us. or Harbor Freight didn't said it. Brad did. David Fry says, okay, I disagree with the buck mark being hard to clean, but I'm retired and have more time. David, it's okay for you to disagree, and it's okay for you to be wrong, because that thing is a pain in the royal backside to clean. It's not as bad, I don't believe, as the Ruger Mark anything, which I just think are ridiculous things to have to clean. Because I was a scout. That's actually how I got into doing training for this sort of thing, was scout instruction. I was in the Bay Area, and they needed somebody to be an instructor, and they all looked around, and they all looked at me. And I'm like, why are you all looking at me? Because they had nobody. They were restarting the troop in the area, and they're like, why? I'm like, why are you all looking at me? And they're like, Jeff, you're the only person here who owns one of those things. I said, well, I own dozens of them, but that's not the point. Well, okay, it is the point. Fine. And that's how I got voluntold to be on the Shooting Sports Council for the Bay Area.
Okay. Family of O's, I think that's what it was, said that they confirmed that the MGM
is closing. Wow. Well, if the wing is closing,
I'm still trying to get this information to confirm, because I really do not want to be spreading any kind of rumors. I think there's a lot of stuff.
We're really big on the whole, like, don't freak out, don't spread rumors. Make sure your information is fact checked, double fact checked, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can cause a lot more damage with rumors than you can with truth.
Yep. So I'm not saying anything because I can't confirm it. They're saying that they confirmed it, but it's a lot going on right now. So, like we said before, just continue being a good neighbor, a good family member, and take care of each other. I'm going to go to the restroom and get the Labradog.
Also, if any of you want to find out about trading options,
Really?
email me. Maybe we'll start a separate group for options trading.
Oh, lost my mind.
Wes says, did you see my post on the Facebook group about my favorite Harbor Freight tool a couple days ago? If so, what are your thoughts on my picks? Wes, I must have missed that. I'm sorry. I'll have to go back and try and check that out. It's been a really hectic week for us here. The daughter Ross says, I'm waiting for the day Steve brings. Oh, we talked about that. How did I go back in time here? Bear One says, Diablo has a 1x30 belt pack, but it seems to be only at Home Depot. I'm not surprised about that. Sal says, free range chickens are happy chickens. They're happy until I get my hands on them. Then they're tasty chickens. Barbecue 76, is that Jeff guy annoyed yet? If not, I've done it right, and I promise to try hard. I've not done it right, I'll try harder. Hey, speaking of Barbecue 76, so I just did a pulled pork on one of the... I should save it for the video, man. But I did a Boston bunt on one of the grills. I know doing it on a gas grill isn't the best way. You don't get the good solid bark like you can with a good smoker or something. But the Cubs love it. They absolutely love when I make pulled pork. And so I got to tell you, so I got the two grills. I'm getting rid of one of them. I'm really enjoying the one we're keeping. I'm honestly amazed at the quality you get for $100 and some dollars. I don't want to give it away. Where's my Labrador? Where's my Labrador? Oh my gosh! Come here! Come here! Come here! Oh, come on! Oh yeah! Look at! Oh, you saying hi? Oh!
Oh, she rang the bell with her tail.
With her tail. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Come here! Come here! Come here! Oh yeah! Yeah! Ha ha! Dad's got you now. What you gonna do now? Huh? Who's a big puppy girl now?
Who's a beautiful girl? Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Yes, I know. It's very scary.
She's like, Dad's got me. And it's, who's a big fat hound?
Look.
Who's a big fat hound?
She's like, I don't want to talk about it, Dad.
She's impossible. She's ready to run, but she knows she'll get in trouble if she spazzes out. Now wait till your paws touch. Wait till your paws. Okay, you ready? You ready? You ready? Go! Oh my gosh!
You are crazy, hound.
Yeah. She's 95 pounds of trembling, terrible, lick you to deathness. During the garage sale, we keep the door open. She'd come running out. She'd hear people be terrified, and I'd tell her to stop, and she'd screech to a halt, and then she does a little thing. She crawls forward, And they realize, oh, she's just a sweetheart, isn't she? I'm like, yeah, but she's going to sweetheart all over you, and she's just as big as you are. So it would hurt. Oh, this chair, man, it keeps...
Trying to escape.
Oh, it keeps going down and down and slowly. I'm having to tip the microphone further down. All right. Anyway. Dada Ra asked, and I can't remember if you answered this before, she asked if we still have stickers.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Mike Adams says he's back. His phone died. William Logan says, cheers, y'all. And Todd's Workbench says, I just ordered some of the small stickers so I can tag a few tool trucks. I would pay money. That would be illegal. And you shouldn't do that. But if you do, I want to see a picture of it.
Ooh.
Only if they're in a Harbor Freight parking lot, because that would be justice right there.
Wait, with the stickers or magnets?
Does it matter?
No, I was just asking. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. We had a guy stop by because in the garage sale we advertised that we had tools. I had a bunch of old cheap tools that I was going to do a video on, hand tools, box wrenches and stuff. And I just never got around to, and I just realized it wasn't worth the hassle. So I sold a bunch of those. I sold some Craftsman stuff that I had, like the new Craftsman, not the old original Craftsman. Anyway, so I'd advertised. So we had a lot of people show up who were in the trades and whatnot. One guy was a carpenter in the area in Summerlin. Just so you know, now I'm not a fan of living around here because it's a bit hoity-toity. But we moved here for a reason, because when we moved to Vegas, this is the area my parents live in. Speaking of hoity-toity. And that's a whole nother story.
I'm very silent.
Yeah. Anyway, so he does some real high-end kind of stuff. And I start talking about tools and stuff. And his favorite tools, hand tools, not saws, but drills, he uses are Ryobi. And I'm like, you see, that I keep telling people, man, they don't listen to me. And I know Chaka's hates Ryobi. And, you know, that's Chaka's choice to hate on Ryobi, and I totally accept that. What's his name? Hates Makita. What is his name? I'm so terrible with names. I'm sorry. Starts with a T, right?
Tech Gorilla?
No, Tech Gorilla. But anyway, point is that it's there's a lot of people, a lot of pros out there who use Ryobi and less expensive tools. And you get these guys. The second I hear some pro say, well, if you don't use blah, blah, blah brand, you're not a real pro. That is the words that only somebody who is not truly a master would say stuff like that. Because a master understands that he can use any tools. And if the tool works, then the tool works. And it's not about the tools, it's about the skill.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyway, I know. I'll get off my soapbox.
I know that you're kind of behind, but Christy says, my 6-year-old is absolutely amazed with your bear vids. You are his morning ritual while getting ready for school. I love that.
Shh, no. Hope he watches on your account.
That they're doing something as a family, not that we are child-centered.
No, not trying to discount it. It's an inside joke with YouTube, because YouTube demonetizes channels that are aimed towards children, and we are family friendly, but we're not trying to aim towards children. We're thrilled that he watches and he likes it, and hopefully grows up loving tools, which would be even better. It was just an inside joke for those people a lot of people were worried that we were gonna get taken down because, that YouTube might consider us, targeted towards children, and we're not, clearly not. And I talked to YouTube, and they agreed. So, anyway.
Hey,
that was a long-winded explanation.
Did you ring these super chats while I was gone?
No, I didn't see one.
William Logan, St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Luck of the Irish. Bing, 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 bing.
How much was it for?
$5.
Why didn't it show up my... Something weird's going on in my settings tonight.
Philip Boyle, love the bear, love the den. That's right, $1.99. And I almost accidentally reported you for something because my finger is crazy. Bing, 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 bing.
Barbecue 76 says time may have gotten away from you, but remember we may all be quarantined with nothing but our families. Don't abandon us in our hour of need. Bear One says, if you need, I can check around locally for the camera if you're looking for, see if it's any cheaper around here. Got to Bear network this. That's a great idea. When we get ready, when we get enough funds, we'll throw it out there and see if anybody can help out find a better deal. Andrew says, propane or charcoal grills, which would you perhaps say is the best for tailgating? I like charcoal, but I seldom have the time to deal with it, so I mainly use gas or I use a smoker. So I go to either extreme, so I actually rarely use charcoal. For tailgating, I would definitely use gas. Because trying to deal with hot coals after tailgating would be a pain in the you-know-what. City Lock says, does anyone make a better version of a Dremel tool, one that does not get hot in half a minute? Corded is fine. Better? No. Less expensive? Yes. We've got the Harbor Freight one, and it seems just fine. I don't remember it getting hot. There's a lot of... Lowe's has one that's pretty decent. Trying to think if anybody else can recommend one. You know what? I didn't even buy the one that from Harbor Freight. My son bought it for a project, and he likes it just fine.
Navi36, $24.99. Holy cheese and crackers.
Whoa!
Thanks for bringing out those gorgeous dogs. I think you mean the doggy, or were you calling me a dog? Whatever. $24.99. That's an amazing super chat.
Not calling you a dog. Just...
Bella is adorable, and I wish that we had more of them.
Oh, yeah, because we can deal with more of that.
I know. Thank you so much. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. I think the face is telling me a lot right now.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We love our doggie.
We do. I love her to death. She is a sweetheart.
She super likes to come out here, and apparently she got so excited she rang the bell herself.
She
Yeah.
did. Let's see here. Brian comments that I'm showing cleavage for once.
That's right.
Little role reversal tonight.
I was going to say, did you see the lovely tan situation happening?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the sun? Yeah.
I got my...
No, on your chest.
Yes, I know. I was going to say, you should see the little girl. She's got the sun-kissed look going on. She burns so easily.
Sun-kissed like a lobster right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Bear One says, you want a cat? That would be a negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
He does not want a cat.
I like cats. I like other people's cats.
I was going to say,
I don't like cat boxes.
Mm-hmm. It's like a lot of people with children. It's like, I like them because they go home to somebody else's house and I don't have to take care of them.
If we lived on a farm or something, I might have some barn cats. I don't like to deal with the cat stuff. My workshop says, like number 103. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Matt says, Den of Tools. When I had a Chiefs season's tickets, we saw smoke coming from the parking lot during the game. Some tailgater had slid his charcoal barbecue under his car, torched it, and several others. So don't do that.
See?
That's no. Mm-mm.
All right, let me catch up.
I'm gonna let you catch up.
Elkfist says, I'd like to post my pic of my new toolbox in the Facebook group, but it's pending status. If you accept my join request, I can do that. I go by my real name. I will. I accept everybody. I wish there was a way for me to set it to auto accept, but I can't figure out how to do that. Jehu says it was first run. It was a fun first time. Buenos nachos. Buenos
noches.
I think it means good chips.
Good night.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yes.
I know what it means.
Dork.
Let's see here. Grimute. Hey, Grimute. How's it going, man? Home now. About the bidet, I believe Caller has a toilet seat that has one so you don't have to buy the whole fixture. They do have that. Well, they have another one that plugs into the water outlet. But either way, you still have to go into the water outlet or somewhere. It has to plug into something.
There's water, but you don't have to go into it anyways.
Past the Spider says, make your own flex shaft mounted on a router and pair it with a speed controller. I do prefer the whole flex shaft to an actual Dremel kind of thing. Daughter Ross says, Mrs. Bear, I got a sticker order in. Now tell the people to leave the pumpkin bread alone. It's so hard in this house when she makes pumpkin bread for us not to eat it all. Mankill14 says, ready for dust mask to be back in stock tomorrow. Nothing like a 4 a.m. truck. And let's see here. The Elkfist says, make them watch Old Yeller.
No.
Someone won't let me. Bear wants to... Oh, we just read that. Oh, wait, no. Make them watch The Black Hole and The Black Cauldron, also Song of the Hills. We've seen all of those. Those we well past that point. Let's see here. Jennifer White Wolf.
Yes. Also, Carson's Exploring Channel is on. He's just further down.
DeBear should do a review test of the corded 1/8 drive, corded motor tools, Dremel style. I should. That would be a good one to do. You're right about that. Speaking of which, Jennifer, by the way, because we were talking about, she has a Jeep for sale that she was thinking about selling. I don't know if they've actually decided to sell it.
Yeah.
We had our neighbors up in Montana. This is why I love Montana folk. Just offered to give us their Jeep Cherokee. It's not like a top of the line or anything like that. And it probably needs some work and whatnot, but they know that we were looking for something. We're looking for one of those specifically for a Jeep Cherokee as a project.
As a project to work
working
on.
For the Cub, for the oldest Cub he's going to be 14 this year. And I don't know what the driving permit, when I was young, permits were 14 in Iowa. And I'm sure it's probably not that age now, but
it's 14 and a half.
14 and a half. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's just going to miss out. He's going to be so bummed.
I know.
But we're going to start working on it. That's going to be the project for his first vehicle there. We are super stoked about that and just blessed in so many ways.
Good night, William Logan.
Good night, sir. You have a good one. Stay safe.
Have a great night. Oh, sorry. The zookeeper says that you'll try to post photos of the giraffe and 3 bear cubs on the Facebook group.
Oh,
thank you.
That's awesome.
I get super excited about that, as you can tell. I'm a big old dork.
No, you're a short little dork.
Whatever. Shh.
My workshop says I pay good money for the wife to stop ringing the bell, the ding, ding, ding on top of it. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Good luck. Can't help it.
Novembero says, you guys keep me company while running emergency refrigeration calls here in Vegas. Well, hopefully you won't have to come out here and see us.
Who is that?
He's in Vegas. Novemberero. Romero.
Okay. That sounds really familiar.
Did you come by the garage sale today? Is that you?
Yes. Somebody did.
Mike Adams says, Jeff, if you haven't played it for your kids yet, watch Swamp Fox. That's the one you're talking about with Leslie Nielsen.
Yep.
By the way, if any of you are looking for old VHS tapes, we've got them.
All of them.
Send an email to Mrs. Is it Mrs. DeBear?
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. DeBear at denatools.com. We have close to 1,000 VHS tapes that we're selling cheap. Basically, you'll just pay shipping on it. The Mike Adams says, Jeff, if you haven't, I just read that. Barbecue 76 says, I'm going to send you something awesome to use for Super Chat. Now I have to figure out what it will be. It should be a brisket. That's what you
I was going to say. Hopefully it's meat related.
Paul Zimmery says, you could always auction off the bell. There you go.
No.
She would find another one. Steamboat Mickey. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I want to see the new, was it Jungle Cruise movie? I loved, as a kid, I loved the Jungle Cruise ride, and I was so bummed that when we took our Cubs to Disneyland, it was closed because they were building the new Star Wars thing. And apparently it's open now, but they had to do some rerouting with it. I was so bummed. Forbidden Planet for movie night. Kelly's Heroes. Kelly's Heroes is a great one.
I'll be right
Seven
back.
Rides Again. Jeremiah Johnson's a good one. Bear One says, I would suggest a good black and white film would be Sahara starring Humphrey Bogart. You know what? What was the other one? I just forgot it. It was the World War I in where he's rallying the is it not the Bedouins, but the Arabs to help fight for the British against the Germans. And what is that movie? Lawrence of Arabia. That was a movie I put off watching for the longest time because I thought it was something entirely different than what it was. And that is one of my favorite movies. That and The Man Who Would Be King. I got to make the Cubs watch that. They'll love that one. Bear One says, we just read that. Bad Idea Workbench. Hey, Bad Ideas in the house. My favorite Disney films are Herbie series. I've thought about building a Herbie tribute beetle. That would be cool. We did watch Herbie the Love Bug. We watched like all the regular class. I made him watch the Shaggy DA, Bread Knobs and Broomsticks, all that kind of 70s stuff. Race for Witch Mountain, The Cat from Outer Space. Past the Spider says, have you seen The Omega Man? It's one of those stereotypical 70s movies, action movies that commercials like to parody it. I've seen it. They have not seen that yet. Jennifer Whitewolf, original Ocean's 11, Red Norvo backing up Dean Martin, Hole in the Head, best old Vegas movies. I do like the old Vegas movies. I didn't honestly like the original Ocean's 11s. It really felt like they were just phoning it in on that one. And they even admitted after the fact that they kind of just did it to close out a contract, that they wanted to come up with a movie set in Vegas so they wouldn't have to leave Vegas because they were hanging out here all the time. I have Barbecue 76 is an awesome new bell for you to ring. Now I have to find one. It's going to be epic. Oh, I'm terrified. Den Tools, do you have any power built tools? They have a great warranty. I'm trying to think if I've got anything from Power Built. I don't think that I do. What?
Do you want some ice?
Yeah, I would love some ice.
Also, Griffin is totally devastated.
Because...
So he was asking about school tomorrow, and I was explaining that we're setting things up so that they can do online school, because online school won't be quite set up tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we're doing tomorrow. He's like, okay. And then he starts doing jumping jacks really fast. And he goes, so can we go to Bass Pro Shops? And I'm like, no, baby. No, that's the whole point as to why we're all staying home. We can't go somewhere. And he's like, man, coronavirus sucks. So... yes, it's hard. It's a hard concept to understand, and I totally get it.
Sock Knight says Mad Mad World is a funny film. We watched that last year. We've watched it. Actually, it wasn't that long. A couple, like 3 or 4 months ago. They loved that movie. That's a great movie. So many classic, Golden Age, Silver Age kind of actors in there. I love that one.
Honey.
What?
Hi, this is your wife.
What
I got ice in my cup. I'd like something to drink.
Well, get something to drink.
It's on your side.
Like, you say that like it's my fault somehow.
I'm just saying you're hoarding all the drinks.
There you go.
No. That's
Sorry.
the devil's
I stopped.
drink.
She only drinks the regular soda. I drink the Pepsi Zero crack soda. Randy Noble says, love my Herc table saw and my Herc miter saw. I like the Herc table saw. I don't love it because I come from more the old, like I grew up with my grandfather having a Delta Unisaw. I'm more familiar with the traditional, full cabinet saws or even the hybrid saws, shop saws. The job site saws, I never used a job site saw when we used circ saws. So for me, 9 times out of 10, if I don't have a full-size table saw, I either use a sliding miter saw for small stuff, or a bench and a straight edge and a circ saw. That's just where my skill set, where my workflow. That's how it's based on, and I really miss having a full-size shop saw. For portability, you cannot beat a job site saw, but it's not my favorite or go-to.
Hey, Christina Marie, I know that you're here. I also know you were live streaming earlier, so I'm sorry we could not chat on your live stream.
Oh, she should tell us. We need to show up and show some support. By the way, if you haven't checked out Christina Marie's channel and you need to understand some beauty stuff, maybe some anti-aging, I know you guys are getting a little wrinkly out there in the sun, go check it out. She's a sweetheart, by the way. Be nice to her.
She wants to see if you can show the hat close up to the camera. She wants to see the graphic for the hat.
She's been teasing me about the merch. That's embroidered, in case you didn't notice. That's why it was. You had to do a slightly different on the design because they actually are stitching rather than like screen printed like are on hers.
Right.
Um.
So, sorry.
Ow.
Sorry. This is a super chat for Todd's workshop. It says, "No ding, please. Trying to make up with Daughter of Ra." So, no dinging. Now,
Good luck.
does that mean no dinging of the bell, or does that
It's no
mean
dinging.
no dinging from me dinging? Okay,
So you do the dance without the dinging. It's hard, isn't it? You can see it in her
Yep.
eyes.
Yep, that was really hard.
Oh, I just dinged. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh,
apparently that got him 10% closer in Daughter of Ra's book.
The Ronald Smith says, "What's your opinion on the new metal 3D printer?" I don't know which new one. They've had metal 3D printers for some time. It's called, if it's kind or based on the technology, I think it is. It's called sintered metal, where basically they lay down a thin dust of metal particulate, and then a laser fuses it, and then they do it again. That's really cool technology. I've seen them print all sorts of stuff with it. In fact, I've got a friend who used to work with me in Silicon Valley, a brilliant, like next level, like 4-digit kind of IQ kind of guy. And he went to work for a medical company helping design the software that does 3D titanium printing for medical parts. But if there's a new one that's out, like an inexpensive one or something, you're probably talking about the one I think is from Maker Forge or something. I haven't actually had to get hands-on with it myself. I'm going to light your phone on fire, just so you know. On fire.
I'm trying to read these.
Anyway, I love 3D printing, and there's going to be a time where, you know, that auto parts and stuff like that or stores are going to go away, and you're going to pay for the part you're going to pay for the rights to the part, and then it'll print on your 3D printer at home. Family O's, I just confirmed the MGM. Oh, that's when you read about MGM.
Yeah, and it's looking more like that's actually happening.
Rodney says, "Sorry, I'm so late. My grandson Vinny has been helping me with double vanity renovation." That's awesome.
Cool.
Good on you. That's a heck of a project. And
Will H with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Will. Bing, 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 bing. Obviously not trying to make friends with Christina Marie.
Hey, let's see here.
Daughter of Ross said to leave my phone alone. It's just me doing things. That's right. We have secret meetings without you.
Anyway, I'm just going to do this just for sanity's sake, for everyone freaking out. Tom Hanks is still alive.
He's totally fine. That's why I said the other guy just...
I know, but some other people were repeating it. He does have coronavirus. He and his wife have coronavirus. On top of it, an Australian reporter who met with Rita Wilson has now tested positive for coronavirus. No word as if he gave it to her, she gave it to him. Not sure on that. But point is that they do have coronavirus. They were identified early and are receiving excellent care. That said, I saw a great meme that said you should never travel with Tom Hanks. He's been shipwrecked. He crashed a plane into the Hudson. He got lost. He's on all these things, and now he's got coronavirus. It's like everything he does is he got, you know, his the Apollo 13 nearly burned up on entry. He don't want to go anywhere with the man. Just ask his wife.
Nice. And yes, I did mean Daughter of Ra, not Christina Marie. But Christina Marie says that I sound flipping amazing on the new mic. And that I do amazing at AMSR. I think she means ASMR.
Yes.
Yes. She says I sound totally different and awesome with the new mic. Thank you so much. And she also says she loves our merch. Thank you.
Bear One says he thought that California prevented people from using their Second Amendment rights. Believe it or not, California, I mean, they do. They pass a lot of state level laws that try to prevent it. But when it comes to a personal protection, the carrying on the person, not outside of the garment, but in a place that some people might call concealed, they leave that up to the individual. State law mandates it, that they leave it up to the individual sheriffs of each county. So the counties that are, large population centers other than Sacramento, of course, have gone with the typical, you don't need that, we'll take care of you, but we won't kind of policy. But like I was a certified authorized instructor in 2 counties in Central California. And I did for many years, every weekend for a while, we got really busy there. For about a year, it was every weekend. For most time, it was like 1 weekend a month where we would do classes to certified people. And it was shall issue in those counties. And that's honestly, I think most counties in California, believe it or not. And once you get your permit, it's statewide. So even if you get your permit in a county 5 hours away and you go to San Francisco, you're still legal. Nothing felt better than walking around San Francisco being like, screw you bastards. I'm sorry. That wasn't very family friendly of me, was it? You should have beeped me when you put me on a 7-second delay.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else mentioned with Tom Hanks movies, he's had AIDS. He's been shot out of a volcano.
Oh, he jumped in the volcano first, I would like to point out.
Somebody else is pointing out that he's on an island with his wife now. Oh, with Wilson, which is the soccer ball.
Isn't that also his wife?
I can't remember.
Isn't her last name, isn't it Rita Wilson?
That's what I thought it was, which is why I was thinking they meant the wife. And then I'm like, no, they mean the soccer ball. Which
it was a volleyball.
A volleyball, sorry. Which, let me tell you, the other Wilson that I know in my life is basically the amazing male equivalent of Bella. It is my friend's dog named Wilson. And I love Wilson. I'll try to see if I can get a picture to put online. But Wilson is adorable, and I think that's a great name.
Mike Adams points out that Lieutenant Colonel Francis Marion was an officer in the American Army in South Carolina during the Revolutionary War who used what we today call guerrilla warfare. JS 1600 says, trust in the Lord Jesus Christ. Mike Adams says, it's a good historical movie. And let's see here. Ed the Old Tech Guy would love a channel on investing. Please consider it. Having trouble figuring this stuff out. I don't know if I could do a whole channel. Maybe I can merge it with the Den of Gadgets. Because you're using tech when you do. I do. I use Robinhood.
Oh. Wow. Ed the Old Tech Guy. Did you just say the one where he would really love the investing? Okay. Sorry. I was waiting for you to say that.
So you could do what?
Just to say, to make sure that you had gotten to that comment.
So you were going to make sure I got to the comment by waiting until I said the comment.
Honey, why are you even going down this road? The point is you saw that. And
D.
he's
Diz
interested.
says, I'm reading now. D. Diz says.
It's not D. It's Die. Remember?
It is Die. I'm so sorry, Diane, right?
Yes.
I am so sorry. It's habit. I am a creature of habit. Die Diz says, CDC is urging cancellation of any events of 50 or more people for 8 weeks.
Who said that?
Die.
Yes. Yeah, the CDC did to say that. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Conversation about everything. Donna Ross says, have you found that MGM in China is closed? That I'm not surprised about.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Zafio says, World Health Organization, who? Issued a statement that dogs cannot transmit coronavirus and all animals should be released from quarantine. Who let the dogs out? Oh, you win. Bell for you. Ronald Smith says, during the Great Depression, after the stock market crash, there were more millionaires made after the Great Depression because people were smart enough that they bought low and sold high. The greatest investor in the United States, Warren Buffett, is what we call in the markets a contrarian. Mm-hmm. He holds when things are going up and he buys when things go down. The saying, of course, is always buy the dip. There's been a total of 6 years total length of true depression and recession. Every other year, stock's gone up. And that's the thing about the stock market versus gambling in the casinos. When you put your money on a stock, it may go down, but eventually it's more than likely to go up, and it's very rare is it ever going to become completely worthless unless the company goes completely out of business. It's not like putting money on, on black at roulette. If you lose, that money's gone. Now, I will say this, option trading, which is what I do, is like gambling in many ways, shapes, or forms, where if you make the call and you're wrong, that money's gone. But it's not like shorting stock or buying futures where you're on the hook, and if you're wrong, you can actually end up owing more money. You can only be out what you wagered.
Right.
That said, you can make a whole lot of money real quick. Zaphio says, we just read that one. Sorry. You don't know.
I have a super chat.
You don't have to pet me over it.
I'm trying. This is
Trying to
the
calm me down?
universal. Shut up! I'm trying to talk.
Usually you just kick me under the table.
You're not supposed to tell people about that. Billy Laptop, $10. May you all stay healthy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bing, 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 bing.
Paul Samory says, Chuckle, I just got done replacing the gas cylinder in my office chair. Multiple hours of percussive maintenance finally ended up with a 48-ounce beanball hammer and a 3/4-inch square seal. I am honestly, with my chair, I'm realizing that it's not just that, it's the base is flexing on it. I'm thinking about getting some sheet steel and just making the ultimate base ever. I don't need it to go up and down. I just want it to stay where it is, roll over anything. I'm going to go to Harbor Freight, buy some 4-inch pneumatic wheels or 6-inch pneumatic wheels and make the chair to end all chairs. Eminem777 says something in Cyrillic. I can't read it from here. I think it says something about Buenos Aires. I could be wrong.
No, it's weird because it says good job over here, but then I think there is something Cyrillic happening. I'm trying to figure out because Todd's Workshop, I think, said something to you, and I'm trying to find a comment. No.
Oh. Mike Adams says Lieutenant Colonel Marion got the nickname Swamp Fox from the opposing British troops due to his crude but effective tactics. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I forgot that Tom Hanks was also in the show Bosom Buddies.
How would you forget that? Every time I see him, I picture him in a dress. Joe Smith is got the Banehammer of Doom swinging tonight.
Jennifer Whitewool. It says Todd's. Thank you. Just wanted to see what Jeff would recommend since he has experience and I trust his opinion. Todd, I am so sorry, honey. I have been trying to find what your question is for Jeff to answer, and I am looking back and I'm not seeing it. So can you please ask it again? And I promise that I will be paying attention as much as humanly possible.
And the Tech guy, could you tell us what the oldest working tool in your... Tell us what is the oldest working tool in your toolbox. What do you like about it? The oldest... So I don't think I have any old working power... No, that's... Okay. I've got a 1/2-inch hammer drill from Black & Decker Pro Series. Or not Pro, it's Trade Series. It's probably back from the 70s that I've drilled through 1.5 Riverstone with. And it's been taped up and beat and everything else. I've got some old routers. Those still work. I'm trying to think as far as power tools. I don't have much in the way of old stuff. I got some hand tools. I like my old channel locks. I got some old Kleins.
What about the blacksmithing thing? The thing for smelting?
What are you talking about?
That we found at the house.
Yeah, but that's not something I use.
Because we don't need to smelt anything right now.
Well, I always need to smelt something. I just don't have a smelter.
No, that's smiting. That's not the same.
Hold on. I left a lot of my tools up in Montana, so
So I did find Todd's question when you're done.
Go for it.
So Todd's question is, what 3D printer do you recommend for a noob, keeping it under 2.5 thousand? It says 2.5K, but I'm assuming they mean price-wise.
That's a good question because I have not kept up on the non. So there's two types of markets in 3D printing. There's the 3D printing for like a total noob. I want something, I open up the box and it just prints. And then there's the, I'm going to build this kit and make it print. And I have not followed the open the box, the appliance level kind of stuff. Maker or whatever, Maker Forge is always been like the default go-to one. There's another one called Ultra something or other. They've started with a U. They're like blue and white, mostly white with blue. I can't remember the name. I'm sure one of you guys will chime in with it. They're a really well-known company, but Maker Forge, if you can get a Maker Forge, I think you can for under $2,000. They're just a bulletproof design that just always works. As far as my favorite hand tools, my old stuff that I have, this is, I'm gonna make sure I get it right here. It's my duck bills. I'm pretty sure these are channel locks.
It's getting real up in here. He just put some glasses on.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
Channel lock number 3073 from, what's this? Medville, Pennsylvania, USA. I'm pretty sure I got these in a garage sale because there's some other stuff scrawled into them. I use these things all the time. In fact, they're usually on my desk. I actually don't usually put them away, but I was doing something. I've sunk even lower. I turned around, it came back, and I'm even lower.
Honey, you're like the same height as me.
I'm sinking to new lows. Mike Adams says, sorry, I know this isn't the den of history. My bad. Oh, no. When you're around me, it's always the den of history. It's one of the things that always freaks her out about me because she keeps finding these things that I'm so like her father about.
Freaks me out. Okay, yeah, the thing about my father is a little bit weird.
Yeah. Especially when I start using my old Germanisms and whatnot.
Germanisms?
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's not English.
The no good Schweinhunds and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt says only a tech giant like YouTube could punish content providers that provide wholesome entertainment. Oops, sorry about that, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, they started these platforms with, look, we're going to broaden free speech. Oh wait, we don't like your speech, so we're gonna suppress you.
Travis says, I ordered the Ingersoll Rand screwdriver set you did a review on. I have busted/bent many screwdrivers. Hard to break those.
Christina wants to know if she can FaceTime me during our online Taco Tuesday event. Yeah, but how are you going to get me the tacos?
No, that's the hard part. I have to make you tacos for Taco Tuesday.
Oh, I like that idea.
Actually, wait. No, you're making me tacos.
So what she's talking about is we do a YouTube meetup, but we're not going to be meeting up because people are,
because Las Vegas is
isolating,
closing,
socially distancing ourselves. So she's talking about doing it virtually. Sure, I'm always happy to help out.
That'll be super fun.
Hitty, not hilt hitty. Yeah, you gotta love autocorrect, right? Always a good time.
Who's hitting? There's no hitting. Daughter of Ra, are you hitting someone?
You never know.
It might be warranted.
Mark Sparks, Ryobi 1 Kenobi has all the force you need. Use the force. There you go. Nicholas says, hello from Ventura County, California. William says he uses a Weber 22.5-inch kettle grill and a Lone Star Gorilla offset for smoking and grilling foods. I know some people who use the offsets, and apparently they're awesome for that sort of thing. The indirect heat kind of thing is definitely the way to go.
So Todd's Workbench is saying that he's heard a lot of bad things about the cheaper printers. With some things, I do think it's best to make a bigger initial investment because he's talking. People were like, "Hey, for like $300, you could get something."
Yeah,
So he's just
you can get a great printer for $300. Here's the problem. You're going to spend hours and hours and hours
Setting
of
it
your
up.
life, not just setting it up, fine-tuning it and getting
Yes.
it to work right and troubleshooting a bunch of stuff, which is honestly one of the reasons I got out of 3D printing.
That's called setting it up.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Can you pass me the lighter?
Sure can't.
It's I love 3D printing. I love the concept of 3D printing. I hate the hassle. I would love to have an appliance. I press the button, it prints out, and it just works. Bear One wants to know that he thinks you sure have a mane of hair more so than any giraffe you've ever seen.
That's right.
Well, those Montana giraffes have quite a mane. Rodney says, Ryobi has helped me with my bathroom remodel. My grandson Vinny is loving them. And let's see here. Jennifer says grills, 1970 Komodo style and a Weber kettle. I gotta say, one of my new favorite channels is Guga Foods. He's this Brazilian guy. He's just funny. He's a very genuine kind of person, and he does almost all of his grilling and smoking on a one of those Komodo style, what they call the egg
The
style.
eggs, yeah.
Matt says, when I had Chief Season... Oh, wait, that's when you read about the car going up in flames.
Yep. Yeah, you're super behind.
How did I get so behind?
You're
I'm not
talking.
that behind.
You're talking.
No, you keep talking.
You're talking.
You're supposed to sit there and look pretty.
I'm doing that, but I'm also adding.
All right, we're going to power through this. Ready?
Okay. I feel like I'm being...
I got to catch up because it's 9 o'clock.
Yes.
All right. Hush over there. Barbecue 76 says, still anxiously awaiting our barbecue review. So much more to say. Yeah, I've got it coming up. It's going to be later this week. I swear to God, they hold everything inside until I want to relax and throw it all at me when I try to sit down. I'm like, I know that feeling. Keisha says, I will try and post photos of the draft and the bear. We talked about that. Bauer should make a heated jacket. Not going to happen. I heard from on high over at Harbor Freight that the head man in chief does not want to get into heated clothing. Philip says, the computer who wore tennis shoes and the world's strongest man. We've watched both of those. I'm a huge fan of Kurt Russell. Barbecue 76 says, with that, I'm going to help everyone that didn't need anything until now. Donna Raw, time to eat another dozen egg rolls. Ooh, egg rolls. And Bear One, any Hercules chargers for cheap? Not that I've seen. Gary says, Mrs. Bear needs a cowbell. You always need more cowbell. That's so true.
Right.
Meridim says, I have any of the HGs or Lowe's closed yet due to the virus. Talk to my local Harbor Freight. They said it's likely. I've not heard anyone yet closing. They have said that if anybody does show signs, they'll give them the day off. I would not be surprised to see something like that happen for a few weeks. Operation Petticoat Junction, Hot Splice comments,
Yeah.
and Father Goose, Cary Grant. Petticoat Junction is a great one. We should definitely do that. David Fry says, Bass Pro Shop sounds good to me. I'm ready. I feel bad about not taking them. Bear One says, Metropolis, the most recent restoration, is like one of my favorite silent films. It is. I'm not into silent films. I like a lot of films. I'll watch foreign films. What's that? Amelie? I love Amelie. Amelie's a great foreign film. Daughter Raw says, we are at 245 likes. Come on, guys and gals. We can do better. 255. Only 45 to go. And
Good night, Todd. We love you too.
Let's see here. Donna Ross says, Betty White is doing good. Is that woman still alive?
Yes, she's amazing.
Her humor just, I think, keeps away everything.
I love her.
What do you think is going to happen with Harbor Freight?
I
keep
think
going
they're
just like
gonna
everybody
continue
else.
to be Harbor Freight.
Yeah. Carson's Exploring Channel. What if the Bauer line came out with a heated jacket? Not going to happen. Andrew says no bear suit today. The bear doesn't work on the weekends. He says he's talent and he needs his beauty time. Denim Tools, she's officially added me to the filter list.
Yay!
Bear One says also went through D-Day, got a ship hijacked, and is now going to be a destroyer captain in the Battle of the... Oh, that's right. I'm looking forward to that one. Boy, they say based on, a true story. That's about as loosely based as it gets, man. Ed the Old Tech Guy, Mrs. Bear, review the sweater you were wearing. It looks like a good quality hoodie. It is. I really like it. It's really comfy. I'm not usually a big one into hoodies, and even I like that one.
It's really nice. It's really warm. I think it's especially warm because I stole it from my husband, so that makes it better.
Yeah, just like my food. When she steals my food, it tastes better because it's yours.
Oh, let's be real about who steals whose food.
You do. Matt says that chair will look like something from Road Warrior Mad Max. Yes, it will. I'll put spikes on it and everything. Probably hurt myself. Joe Smith says he said hello, how are you in Russian.
Yes, I saw that.
I don't know how to respond in Russian.
Grizz. Well, he also
Doing good.
writes in English. So Grizz says, hi, everyone. Just woke up and missed.
Oh, sorry, Grizz.
That's all right, bud.
Dwayne Larson pointed out that Tom Hanks also survived women's baseball.
Yes. I
Just
love
barely.
that movie. I love that movie.
Yes. And Todd's Workshop, we talked about the 3D printer. Mike Adams says, good night, everybody. Got to get up for work in 5 hours. Thanks for tolerating. Mike, get some sleep, man. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it, but you need your beauty sleep. Not as much as I do, but... Dude McMahon says, are Waterloo and U.S. General the same company? No. I just looked at one of the General tool chests for the first time this weekend, and it looks identical to Waterloo. Waterloo is made in the U.S. U.S. General is made overseas in China, so they're not the same company. David Fry says, I know you like the paper punchers and tools, but do you like fishing? I do like fishing. I fly fish. I freshwater fish. I've done a little saltwater fishing. I'm not great at it. I used to be really into fishing when I was a teenager. Me and my buddies used to go fishing during the summers, like all the time. And, a lot of bass, a lot of catfish, perch, stuff like that. And I've really kind of gotten out of it. And I'm trying to get back into it because the Cubs really love to go fishing. But I got to tell you, being able to go up to Montana, and I'm terrible at fly fishing. I'm absolutely terrible at it. But I love doing it. It's very cathartic, just standing out there in the water and the casting, the art form of the whole thing. Even if I don't catch anything the whole day, it's still a fabulous time. It's so beautiful. Just got to watch out for bears.
Honey,
What?
they want fish too.
Yeah, I'm worried they're going to want me.
Well,
Barbecue 76 says, cabin fever is a real thing. My kid does not settle down, I'm going to do the Homer Bart strangling thing. Yeah, that's for sure, man. Got to get them out, run them around the block real quick.
yeah, I'm going to start getting them up like super early.
Matt comments that stolen clothing from loved ones is always better.
That's right.
I wouldn't know. It never fits me. Zaffiel says, do you ever rewatch the video to see the looks Mrs. Bear gives you sometimes? No, I want to be able to sleep at night. And Donna Ross says, Steve Coates never fit me, girl problem, but I did steal his shirts to snuggle with. Aw, that's sweet.
And I'm sure that you guys all know this because most of you have children that are not babies anymore. But if you have a super fussy baby and you are not the mom, go get a piece of her
Not
stuff.
the mama?
Yeah. If you are not the mama, then go get a shirt or something of hers out of the dirty laundry and put it next to the baby, and it'll help him calm down.
There you go. Well, anyway, that's 9 o'clock, you all. That's the end of our evening. Just want to know the new merch, the hat, and the new double-sided team mug. You got the silver side, home versus away, as we like to say, are available currently in the merch store. I just made them available right before the session tonight. I want to thank all of our moderators for being amazing. Don't forget the Adopt a Mod program where you can go out, check out the mods, Pick one of the ones that you like. They're the ones with the names are usually in blue. They've got the wrench behind their name. Most of them are content creators in their own right. You know, great way to say thank you for them helping keep the channel family friendly, and all that they do is going there and giving a like and maybe watching a video. Maybe even consider subscribing on their channel.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out, especially Joe Smith's channel. He's been doing a lot of these great interviews. It's called Joe Smith After Dark, not the channel, the video series. I think they're fabulous. He's been interviewing other content creators and getting their backstory. He interviewed me. He interviewed Dale. He's interviewed a whole bunch of people, and I think it's great that he's doing that series. Also want to say thank you to everyone who supported with the Super Chats tonight. As I said, the fund's going towards a new camera to get some better visuals on here so you can see the giraffe in all her glory.
That's right.
When did your hair go up? It's like the opposite. Usually it starts off up and ends up down. Now I don't understand these things.
It's up, down.
The girl technology, I don't get it. I want to thank everyone who's also all of our members who support the channel with their monthly donations and help the channel out and are always there for us. And I also want to say thank you for all of you for taking your time on a Sunday evening, coming by and being part of the Den of Tools community, because I got to say that's what I really love about this channel. Is the friends and family that we've made here, and sharing these Sunday evenings with you is it's always the highlight of our week, and we always look forward to it. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you all for being here. You all have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Hug people from a distance, and don't forget her. Don't forget. Wash your hands. 20 seconds. Do it often. You can't wash your hands too much. You can always put on some Jergens lotion or something and moisturize if it gets to be a bit much. But, better safe than sorry right now. So, anyway, from all of us to all of you, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on. Like a Reddit